the unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At Wrangler, we know the essential question for any guy is, can I go like this? It could be date night, boys' night, work, or your nephew's school play. It could be anything, and the last thing you want to do is change. That's why Wrangler makes jeans, shirts, jackets, and tees that answer yes to life's essential question. You can go in Wrangler. Check out our latest styles today at Wrangler.com. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Oh! The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
Fourth down, they need 4 to keep the game alive. Williams in the shotgun, 3 to his left. He has it, back to pass, drifting away from Verse. He spins out, he's all the way back to the 40. He heaves to the end zone. It's caught with a push-off, Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet. That's got to be offensive PI. He discarded the defender. It'll go as a 14-yard touchdown, but Caleb retreated all the way out to the 40 before he threw it.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Second down, 8 after the run for 2. Bears across midfield from the 48. Deep drop from Caleb Williams. Bounces, looks, lets it go. It is intercepted! Picked off! A diving interception at the 22-yard line! Cameron Curl saves the day! The third interception of Caleb Williams and the Bears. This one comes in overtime. Out of the hold of Ethan Evans, here it comes to send the Rams to Seattle for the NFC Championship game. It's good! The Rams win it 20-17 in overtime. Money Mevis from Warsaw, Indiana. He joined LA mid-season. His rookie campaign continues with an overtime walk-off winner in the divisional round.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
How do you say his name? Asminger?
Asperger. On 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app. And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Give me a freaking break.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
What a catch by the tight end!
Dungus! Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
I've danced with the devil.
It is smooth, baby. Yeah.
Chris, do you think I talk to my agent about what a mental midget you are every day?
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams. It's Sedano and Kap.
7:02 and 35 seconds. Good morning. And before we get into all this stuff, it is a final. We would like to thank the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen once again, and Sean McDermott has been fired as the Buffalo Bills head coach. Pick up your commemorative, well, I had 7 times to try to get to a Super Bowl and I didn't. T-shirts at the door.
Oh, they got those?
Scott Kaplan, good morning.
Good morning, Christopher Arthur Morales. Good morning, Gregory Arthur Bergman. Yes, I know it's weird that they both have the same middle name. Good morning, Lindsay Baseball, Jorge Briones.
What's her middle name?
My
Arthur.
middle name?
What's Lindsay's middle name?
Arthur.
Oh, Lindsay's middle name.
Arthur.
Well, that seems odd. Lindsay Arthur Baseball?
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's it.
Lindsay Beatrice Baseball.
Oh, I like that. Beatrice.
What a morning we all wake up to. Chris mentions the news of Sean McDermott being fired by the Buffalo Bills. We obviously know that that's what's happening in real time. We'll get there because that Denver-Buffalo game that took place this past weekend, that was one of those games. It was a total coin flip and obviously controversy. The question of whether it is a call, it is a catch by Brandon Cooks, or if it's not a catch. By the way, after that catch or not catch, there were 2 other situations. One that happened in the Houston-New England game that almost looked exactly the same. and one that happened yesterday during the Rams game against the Bears, where Bears fans would have you believe that Davante Adams, who had his knee on the ground, should have actually have fumbled that ball. So, again, we're back to the same story we've been talking about for years, which is what is a catch and what isn't a catch. But let's not start there, guys. Let's start with the redemption tour, because we knew that the Rams would have to go on the road in the first round and get a win against Carolina, a place that they had lost in Week 13. We knew that they would have to go to cold weather. I assumed it would be Philadelphia. It turned out to be Chicago. It wasn't just cold. It was Antarctica freaking cold. And they'd have to go to overtime, and they'd have to deal with the spectacular plays of Caleb Williams. But I said this to you guys on Friday. Better coach, better quarterback, and team with the ball in their hands last will win the game. All of that played out. And we also knew that the redemption tour was most likely to have to go through Seattle, where the Rams had lost a game late in the season in the most bizarre of fashion, where the Seahawks had 3 two-point conversions, not to mention a punt return for a touchdown. So the redemption tour goes on, and it will roll through Seattle.
Thank you, Cappy.
Thank
By the
you.
way, George Sedano is in Miami to watch the U take on Indiana, the national championship game. You'll hear that game today at 4:30 p.m. right here on ESPN LA, thanks to our friends at Pchanga Resort Casino.
So after all that big setup of everything that the Rams had to do to get to this point, I will tell you this right now, first thought, that when I said the better coach and better quarterback will win, look, you can sit here and tell me, how could you really determine who the better coach is in this kind of a game? Well, all I'll say is this, that the Rams, when they left L.A. on Saturday morning at 10 a.m., it was 80 degrees. And when they finished this game last night in Chicago, it was like minus 5 degrees. Somehow, some way, Sean McVay found a way, especially in the second half, to get better at running the football, more effective at running the football. But even that is not really why I would say McVay is the better coach. I would say that the Rams, this is their time. The Bears are on their way. But in terms of better quarterback, if you were to just look at the second half stats of Caleb Williams, in the second half, he was 10 of 23 for 102 yards and 2 interceptions. The touchdown that he threw, can I ask everybody a question? When he put that ball in the air, did you think that that ball was sailing out of bounds or was just thrown up in desperation? Because from the television version, the sideline version on TV, we didn't see the tight end in the end zone and how much space there was between the tight end and the DB. What were you guys thinking when Caleb Williams put that ball up in the air? Bergie, what'd you think?
Totally thought that ball was going out of bounds. I thought he just threw it up in the air to go out of bounds, and it was nothing. And then to have Cole Kmet catch that ball, it was one of the most amazing passes I've ever seen.
I said, what are you doing?
Yeah, running around behind him, like just tossing a ball in the air. It was insane play.
But I'll tell you guys this.
And it was offensive PI, as you heard JB in the open scream about.
I don't buy that.
JB
I don't buy that at all.
Very
no way, man.
passionate about offensive PI.
And I'll say, listen, JB has a different perspective there than we do because we're dependent on the TV's producer and director and camera folks. And I was like, wait a second, where's the push-off? And I heard JB say that, and I've gotten a lot of DMs from our listeners that have said, especially we got a lot of Bears fans who are in Southern California, and they're all like, dude, that was not a push-off, bro. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. That was not a push-off. Now, JB, in the moment, you're caught up in the emotion. In my opinion, I didn't see a push-off. But here's where
Kobe Durant has to hold its ground right there instead.
Well, the Rams secondary almost lost them the game yet again.
But also won them the game at the same time. They have three interceptions.
It turned around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cap, did you see the video from Stacey Dales? She's the NFL Network. She was a sideline reporter, and she was in the corner of the end zone, like right behind the pylon where Cole Kmet. I'll send it to you guys, but or look it up on Twitter at Stacey Dales. It's crazy, and you could tell in that one it wasn't a push-off because she had it right there. She was probably 3 feet away from when he caught that ball.
I'd like to see it because, again, based on everything I've seen thus far, and again, on the television broadcast, I didn't see a push-off. I understand getting caught up in the emotion of it all, but here's where I thought Ben Johnson lost that game yesterday for the Bears because they absolutely had their shot to win, obviously. Bergie, to your point, Caleb Williams, that throw, the way he takes the ball, the way he backpedals, the way the pressure is on Jared Verse is right on him. He's literally like backpedaling and throws a ball like 45, 50 yards in the air. It only counts as a 14-yard touchdown, but it was one of the most spectacular throws.
Off his back foot, too, Cappy.
I just never thought that the ball had an intention. I thought as soon as he launched it, that ball is just pure heave, pure desperation, throwing the ball out of bounds. I never for a second knew that there was a Bears wide receiver, or tight end in this case, in the end zone waiting for that ball to fall to his hands.
But where is the Ben Johnson portion of this? Because it was Caleb that was just started becoming Caleb again and throwing sidearm passes that almost got picked off, and then throwing a deep pass when they're moving the ball down the field to get picked off. And that was a really bad throw for the third interception.
Cappy, did you obviously you were watching it. Did you have the TV audio on?
Of course.
Okay, so we got to listen to these calls because we got like the Tarico one and also the Kevin Harlan one is fantastic too.
Okay, just real quick before we get to him, I just want to say this. You asked the question, where's the Ben Johnson part of all of this come in? Let me tell you something right now. You're home. It's freezing. You've just made one of the most spectacular plays in maybe in NFL postseason history, truth be told. I mean, listen, maybe we get caught up in the moment. We say all these kinds of things. But you are now down by 1. You want to live to fight another day? You do that in week 13 or week 14. There is no tomorrow. I know this sounds dramatic and ridiculous and over the top. There is no tomorrow. You win, you move on. You lose, you go home. So the bottom line is what are you going to do? You're going to kick an extra point to take this thing to overtime, or you go for the kill in the moment? And for me, for Ben Johnson, for the number of times that guy goes for it on fourth down, and by the way, credit to the Rams defense because they stopped a lot of fourth down plays. How you don't go for that in the moment when you've got the Rams on their heels, I didn't understand what Ben Johnson was doing there.
I was nervous for the Rams once overtime started because I was like, I don't know.
If they were earlier in the game getting fourth down plays consistently, they were 3 of 6 in that game, 50%. I would much rather, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm going to overtime. I'm kicking the extra point. I'm going to overtime, and I'm going to win. They had a chance to win in overtime. So they got the ball second, which is the right thing to do, and Caleb threw the ball away.
Well, you
threw
say
a bad interception.
Yeah, well, you guys say threw a bad interception, but
that was a bad interception.
Listen, it's a bad interception because of the result of the play.
Right, just like the first throw, the touchdown. And like I said, if that wouldn't have been caught, that would have been like, we would never hear the end of it. Oh, Caleb, he's so reckless.
But let me tell you something.
Caleb threw to an area that only Cam Curl could catch it.
But Greg, you say that, but that takes away what DJ Moore did not do on that play. If you go back and you watch that play, and by the way, you can go watch any of the NFL analysts that you want that are former quarterbacks that break this stuff down because that's what these guys do on social media. You watch what DJ Moore did, and DJ Moore was running at about 50% speed for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. And as far as where that ball was supposed to be thrown, I would argue to you that Caleb likely threw it where he thought his receiver was planning on being.
Okay, but also DJ Moore hit his head like 7 times on the hard snow-filled grass. So,
well, I'll just tell you this. Looking at that game, watching that game on television, I was uncomfortable watching that game. It was freezing cold to look at. The field looked like a rock. Nobody will be able to convince me that the weather did not play a role in balls that bounced off guys' fingers or balls that were overthrown. The conditions were brutal. And I got to tell you something. I was actually surprised that McVay set up for the field goal towards the end of that game. I thought he threw balls into the end zone, Stafford did, on back-to-back passes before they set up for the field goal because I thought that they did the right thing. They were going for the win, not just waiting to kick a field goal because we've seen what field goal kicking has meant already in the postseason.
It felt like all those were he was throwing the ball away every single time on all three of those.
I didn't think so at all.
I think he wanted to go to the end zone, but if it wasn't really completely open, I felt like he was throwing the ball away just to stop clock, and it wasn't anything there.
The Terrence Ferguson play in the corner of the end zone, I thought that was going to be the game-winning touchdown. And it happened to have been a great play by the Chicago defensive back, but I honestly thought that they took 2 quality shots of going to the end zone. All right, Lindsay, what do you want us to hear to get things kicked off here on a Monday?
Well, I like the Tarico call first of the Komet touchdown, so we'll start with that one.
Komet in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone. Komet! He got it! For the touchdown! They've done it again! Unbelievable!
Also, the Collinsworth. The Collinsworth cackle is my new favorite.
Yeah, Chris didn't need to say very much right there because I think the whole country was like, no, he did not just throw a ball 45, 50 yards in the air, backpedaling when most of us thought he was throwing that ball out of bounds or just throwing it up for desperation. Little did any of us know that Kmet was sitting there in the corner of the end zone. All right, so there's Tirico's call.
And then the Harlan call is also fantastic, of course.
It's 4th and 4 at the Ram 14, and in the gun is the quarterback, Caleb Williams. Looks into the nickel. Arms outstretched. 4th down and 4. 14 of the Rams. Shotgun snap. Goes back 4. 4-man rush. He's chased. He's flushed. He's all the way back to the 40. He's backpedaling and throws a pass into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown! Chicago has caught a touchdown pass with Cole Kmet open in the corner. If you hadn't seen it, you would not believe it. Pandemonium at Soldier Field.
See, right there. You've got the Rams on their heels. You've just shocked the world with the most spectacular touchdown pass. For me, I was surprised that the Rams, or that the Bears, rather, did not choose to go for 2 right there. Kicking the extra point and taking it to overtime, Lindsay, I'm with you. I thought that the Rams were in big trouble in overtime. But it's win or go home. So you're going to win now, or you're going to win in overtime, or you're going to lose now, and you're going to lose in overtime. One way or another, the decision is happening tonight. For me, with that amount of momentum, with that amount of energy, with the stadium on fire the way it was, with the Rams backpedaling the way they were, I would have gone for the 2-point conversion right there.
Let's hit the bell, Jorge, please, because it is 7:15, 15 minutes after 7 a.m., and in that 15 minutes, you know what you could have done, Cappy? You could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change and gotten your oil done. You could have gotten an old lube job. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and to score game-winning coupons.
You know, the amazing part of the Rams winning this game yesterday in Chicago is we know that one of the real problems for the Rams all season has been the kicking game. And there were moments in that game, again, because you've seen punts get blocked, you've seen punts get returned, you've seen field goals get blocked, you've seen field goals get missed. There were moments in that game where you thought the punting team and the kicking game might actually let the Rams down. And in the end, what Sean McVay did in about week 14 of this season, when he fired the special teams coach, previous to that they had fired the kicker, they'd fired the long snapper, they brought in all new guys. It was the special teams that came up big last night because the Mevis kick in that weather, in that cold, yes, they said, the football gods were looking down, the wind had stopped swirling, but still to have a kid who's this early in his career, who has been perfect other than one missed 48-yard field goal in the only pressure situation he'd faced all year long, that was a few weeks ago in Seattle, for this kid to come back and kick this field goal last night in those conditions, that really was a little bit of poetic justice from the special teams perspective. So, Linz, how about giving us the Harlan call on the Mavis game-winning field goal?
It's a 42-yard try with the wind at his back. The snap is good. The ball is down. The kick is away. The kick is good, end over end. The Rams are going to championship weekend. The LA Rams have won in overtime on a 42-yard field goal by Mevis. 20-17 the Rams. They're going to go to Seattle for a chance to go to Super Bowl 60. And it is deathly quiet at Soldier Field, a place which had fans in full throat. So much emotion, so much passion, and now deathly silent.
Yeah, I'm glad Kevin mentioned it because you could hear it. I mean, you could hear that crowd. Everybody's, rooting for him to miss that field goal. And then as soon as that thing goes through, that place was just dead in that moment. Great play by Mevis. Great kick by him.
I couldn't tell if it was in right away. I was like, wait, is it good? Is it good? I couldn't tell.
I know. Well, listen, the camera work, I don't know if it was just so dark there or what, but there was a field goal earlier in the game where the camera, when the ball got kicked, the camera went up and you're like, where the hell's the ball? I can't seem to see it. And it went through and I still couldn't find it, So what a night last night for the Rams. And I know today is only Monday, but can I just say one thing? The Rams went to Carolina. They got it done. Yeah, they were 10.5-point favorites, and they only won by 3. But that's playoff football on the road. They went to Chicago where they were a 3.5-point favorite. And, yeah, they won by 3 in the last second, and they found themselves on their heels and in a position to possibly have lost that game. So they get that one done in the weather, in the cold. And now the redemption tour continues in Seattle for Championship Sunday. And here's what I'll tell you about Seattle. They sat home the week before. They got comfortable. They got healthy. Then we know the story about Sam Darnold and his oblique. He gets hurt on Thursday, doesn't practice, doesn't even know for sure if he's going to be able to play, although he said he was going to, no problem. Played well. But San Francisco posed no threat to Seattle. And it's not because they didn't give it everything they had the week before in Philadelphia. It's because it's kind of like a baseball team that runs out of pitching. San Francisco was a team that in some ways ran out of bodies. The last of them was George Kittle and his Achilles injury. They went there to Seattle, and they posed no threat. They were blasted in the first few minutes of that game. They had defensive mistakes, offensive mistakes, and kicking game mistakes, and before you knew it, it was 17-0. San Francisco posed no threat. So Seattle's not even been tested. So the Rams, you could look at it as they're going to be exhausted and they're going to be battered and bruised from the last 2 games, or you could look at it as they're battle-tested and Seattle hasn't even been remotely touched or tested yet in this postseason. And you can the redemption tour continues.
They're not going to be in freezing cold weather with snow all over the place and a hard frozen ground. So it's going to be a little bit more like, excuse me.
What's going on in that throat, man?
How are we doing, Bergie?
You need a cough drop?
It's still early. I'll take the cough drop.
Hey, by the way, why are you wearing a hat on a Monday? I thought only hats on Friday.
No, it's a holiday. It's a holiday, Cappy.
Oh,
holiday. Nobody here. Nobody here.
Happy Martin Luther King Day to
yes,
everybody.
Sir.
Yes,
Meanwhile, you know, I got to give shout out to Epic Wolf in the YouTube chat.
Tell me.
Epic Wolf, of course, Tim in the OC. A devout Niners fan who was talking a lot of crap. But you know what? He showed up after his team got completely humiliated on Saturday night. Well,
How so?
What was that sound?
Oh, that was me. I was going to our YouTube channel.
Oh. All right.
So go ahead. So Epic Wolf, go ahead.
All I said was I give him credit for showing up because you know he's going to get crap from us.
Well, congratulations, Epic Wolf. Glad you're here. I would look at it like this, and you guys tell me. Again, it's only Monday. We got a lot of analysis and a lot of things to talk about related to what happened last night in Chicago. But for me, I'm going to look at the Rams as these guys have been battle-tested. They've gone on the road, week 1, check against Carolina. They've gone on the road. They've battled the cold, the wind, the frigid temperatures, the spectacular comeback, check, week 2 in Chicago. They're going to Seattle, where Seattle has not been tested. They missed the first round because they got the bye. The second round, San Francisco, like I said, ran out of bodies, posed no threat at all. We're not tested. We're not challenged at all. I think the Rams are going to go to Seattle this week, and they're going to finish it, and they're going to find themselves playing in the Super Bowl in Santa Clara in early February, February 8th.
So, Cappy, what do you think about Matthew Stafford's performance? I know he was in the snow, but 20 of 42, no touchdowns, no interceptions, which is good, but he missed a lot of open passes that he usually hits, overthrowing guys. Do you think that was because of the cold? Do you think that is just because of the time of year?
No, I don't think any player will ever admit to you how the weather impacts their game. But from the very beginning of that game, when Stafford was missing throws that he normally makes, from the very beginning, I said, you see, this is what I'm talking about with the weather. You know, how many times do they have a timeout in the action and somebody's standing on the sideline or in a huddle and an equipment guy comes and puts a jacket over you for all of 20 seconds? What does that do? I mean, when you're freezing, you're freezing. It is hard to throw. It's hard to catch. It's hard to grip. It's hard to kick. All of it is very, very difficult to do.
Are those like electric jackets? Because why? What is the point of that? Is there heat in those jackets?
Also,
there's got to be something going on.
Is.
It was on for like 5 seconds on Caleb at one point.
What
does that do?
They probably have like the heating pad thing built into them.
Maybe that's what I'm asking.
Maybe, but you know, Bergie, listen, your point about Stafford, he's under 50% in the game in terms of completion percentage. No touchdowns, but more importantly, no interceptions. Because one of the things we talked about last week when we had our colleague on, Sylvie from ESPN Chicago, we mentioned specifically that Chicago was plus 22 in turnovers, and the Rams were plus 11 in turnovers. The Bears had been better at taking the ball away statistically than the Rams. But when you lose the turnover battle 3-0, that is a recipe for losing a game 90% of the time. And it just so happens that while Chicago had turned the ball over, 3 interceptions by Caleb, you know that that when the Rams had and when I say the Rams, it should be the Bears had opportunities to take the ball away from the Rams found ways to get the ball back. Do you remember one play in particular? I want to say the score was 10-10. It was the third quarter. Stafford gets hit from behind. It looks like his arm is going forward, but it's going to be ruled a fumble, and Kyren Williams jumps on the ball when most people probably would have thought it was an incomplete pass. Kyren Williams, in that moment, whether you guys remember the play or not,
absolutely.
In that moment, that was a monster play, by a heads-up play by Kyren Williams to never stop playing until the whistle blows, because that's the kind of play that everybody could have stood around and go, well, it must have been an incomplete pass. And then the next thing you know, somebody from Chicago picks it up because they don't hear the whistle, and they take it to the house. That was such a heads-up play by Kyren Williams. So the turnover battle becomes so important. And I've told you guys, the stats are that 80% of the time, the team that wins the turnover battle wins the game. And that's one of the big things that happened yesterday. The other part of it is the Rams really got to put on display what we've been talking about all year long. You don't just have 2 wide receivers. You're going 4 deep, because where did Jordan Winnington come from and the contribution that he made in this game? Mumfield, the rookie, the 7th-round pick, also a contributor in this game. Not to mention 3 tight ends all contributed in this game, and 2 running backs. That has been the formula that has worked for the Rams all year long, and it was on full display yesterday, even in a tight game where, honestly, that game could have been lost. Had Chicago decided to go for it for the 2-point conversion, we might be talking about a whole different thing today.
You know who's also quiet this morning? Producer Jorge.
Yep.
Yeah, where's your Bang Bang Niner gang today?
6 points, bro. Like, come on.
Bang, banged up Niner gang.
Right there.
I almost did.
Oh, well. Cappy, we wait for George Sedano, who's getting set up in Miami right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's drinking a Mai Tai with his U hat on. I don't know if he's wearing anything U related, but his U will battle Indiana tonight. The College Football Championship. You can hear it at 4:30 p.m. right here on ESPN LA. But right now, let's talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie.
Yeah, and today being Martin Luther King Day, today's a good day to pause, reflect, honor a man who stood for courage, service, and taking care of people who felt powerless, right? And for a lot of us, today is an off day. But here is the truth. Accidents don't take days off. Drunk drivers do not take days off. Insurance companies definitely do not take days off, and neither does Jacob and Ronnie. So if you happen to get hurt today, or if you were hurt this past weekend and you're sitting there thinking, yep, of course, this happens on my day off, please just hear me out for a second. You're not alone. You do not have to figure this out by yourself. Call Jacob. Call the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie, because the moment you do, you're going to get real guidance, real protection, a team that knows the games insurance companies play, like getting you to just say, oh, no, it was nothing, it's fine. Or they get you to rush into a low offer before you even know what you're dealing with. So the number is easy, easier than ever. It's 800-345-6789. Seriously, that number is absolutely impossible to forget. 800-345-67. Thank you for playing along. Jacob and Ronnie, 89. Jacob and Ronnie is also the chosen legal partner of the LA Rams. He shows up for his clients with that same pride and commitment. And remember, you do not pay unless Jacob wins. No fees unless he wins. So if you've been hit, if you've been hurt, if you are unsure what to do next, you make one call. It will change your life. 800-345-67. I don't feel the passion this morning.
Well, Cappy, we're 90 seconds. We're good. We're good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
90 seconds. It's a nice spot they wrote.
Yeah, it's a long spot they wrote.
Yeah,
it's a long spot
nice
they
spot.
wrote.
Good spot. Good spot.
I mean, if they want to pay for 2 minutes, 90 seconds, we'll take the money. But 60 seconds, because we got a lot to talk to.
Yeah, we do.
It's a Reaction Monday, a Michelob Reaction Monday. We've got so much. Rams are going to the NFC Championship game. Niners, I mean, they eat a
They're going home.
They eat a fat one, bro.
They're going to Cancun.
Bills have fired Sean McDermott. The Lakers win, and Sedano is touching down in Miami. Tonight, the College Football Championship game. All of it. So much more. So much to do on a Mongrel Monday, Jack. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Back in 3 minutes from right now.
Today,
I still have a dream.
we celebrate
This nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed.
the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King
We
Jr.
hold these truths to be self-evident, that all all men are created equal.
ESPN LA 710.
It's Bethel Duran, and it's time to celebrate the new year with a new truck from Northridge and Northridge Toyota. Right now, lease a brand new 2025 Toyota Tacoma for just $84 a month for 36 months plus tax. And if you're thinking about a trade-in, your current ride could be worth more than you think. Northridge Toyota, Northridge Toyota, they make it easy.
Tacoma model 7162G, VIN number 3TYJDAHN 1ST037657. These excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, dealer options, and charges. $59.95 due at signing. $84 per month. Offer expires 1/31/2026.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Not sure what to do this week? The answer is always Kasm. If you're still watching NBA games on your phone or rewatching The Matrix on a flat screen, stop. Kasm delivers the ultimate immersive experience. And this week is the week to see it. Watch live NBA games like OKC Milwaukee and Golden State versus Dallas on massive, high-resolution displays surrounded by fans who actually react to every run, every dunk, every big moment. Then come back another day and experience immersive cinema like The Matrix or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in shared reality, where the screen wraps around you and pulls you straight into the movie. And this week in the Premier League, Bournemouth takes on Liverpool in exciting soccer action. And this weekend in both the Dome and Hall, the AFC and NFC Championship games. The Hall features wall-to-wall multi-view sports, so you can catch every game at once with no remote required. There's a full menu of local food favorites, craft cocktails, and beers. And top it off at the deck, Kasm's panoramic rooftop bar with incredible views. Get tickets and full event details now at Kasm.com. That's your Kasm calendar.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a Pepper thing.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Okay, you could be the hardest core Dodger fan on the planet. You could be the hardest core.
Hardest
right,
core.
Hardest core.
More Sedano and Kap.
You could be the hardest
of the hardest.
Of all cores, you could be the hardest one.
Right now.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, 7:32. A Monster Monday, a Reaction Monday, a Mongrel Monday. On this day in 1980, the number one hit, Michael Jackson. Rock with you, Cappy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, my. This is a banger. Don't get a chance to use that word very often, guys. But it just sort of came out of my mouth. Banger is what it is.
Meanwhile, live from Miami, psyched of the College Football National Championship game tonight. One George Sedano now on the show. A lot of people are asking in the first segment, hey, where's George?
Well, I'm here now.
Thank God.
Yeah, well, it took a minute, a little longer than I expected, because of travel. But I'm here.
I wasn't ripping you. I was just saying thank God.
No. I'm just explaining. Yeah. I mean, you guys know because I texted you yesterday what happened. But
I mean, I can't believe it, dude. You took a red eye to Miami, got off the plane, rented a car, and got to these Le Batard studios just in time to get on the airwaves. Because let me tell you something, brother. My head is spinning this morning on everything that took place during this Rams-Bears game last night.
I listened to most of your first segment in the car while I was pulling into the studio. And, look, I think we had a continuation of what was the best 5 days of football the week prior and the best 3 days potentially of football, depending on what happens tonight in the national championship game. But those NFL games were incredible to watch outside of the Seattle-San Francisco one. But really, you had just insane games. The Buffalo game, the Rams game. I mean, even the Texans-Patriots game was kind of wacky and crazy, like when you think about it. It was a one-score game with 4 minutes to go, and the Texans decided to punt the ball. I don't even understand – or two-score game, rather. And they decided to punt the ball. I don't know. I don't know what was happening there. But there were a lot of things that happened this weekend that are worth dissecting, whether it was officiating, whether it was players and their play. But to me, the Rams deserve a ton of credit because to go on the road and win is not easy by any stretch of the imagination, and they were the team that did it this weekend.
And they've done it 2 weekends in a row. And if you were listening, and I appreciate you doing that in the car, let me tell you that I'm trying to rationalize it this way. The Rams are battle-tested. They went to Carolina, check. They got that revenge game. They went to Chicago and proved to the country that it's summertime in L.A. It's 80 freaking degrees when you take off, and in Antarctic temperatures, you find a way to win that game. And now the third part of this is go to Seattle and find a way to win a game when those two teams, George, played such close games. In the 2 games that they played, Seattle and L.A., they were insanely close.
Well, and for people, this is a phrase you like to use. For those that may not have been familiar with the Bears and the way their season unfolded, what Caleb and the Bears did to the Rams to send it to overtime, they did it 7 times in the regular season that eventually ended up in resulting in a win for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the Rams escaping that, where they've been, the Bears, that is, so comfortable. You talk about the Rams being battle-tested. The Bears were so comfortable in those scenarios of, oh, it's late in the game and we're losing and we got to try to come back and win. Yeah, I mean, half their season was basically that.
Right, and that is why, George, I said this earlier, and there'll be agree, disagree. It doesn't really matter now. Game is over. But I would have gone for 2. When you throw that insane touchdown on 4th down, when I know for me, I thought you just launched that ball up into the air in desperation. I thought that ball was going out of bounds. I had no idea there was a receiver on the other end. When you take the energy and the crowd is going nuts and the Rams are on their heels and you're the kind of team that goes for it on 4th down seemingly every time, I would have gone for the 2-point conversion in that moment. And listen, you can live to fight another day, but living to fight another day may mean losing in overtime, and that's exactly what happened. I would have gone for the 2-point conversion. What would you have done?
I heard you and Bergman talking about this earlier. I understand your point of view. Like, I totally get it. I don't believe in momentum game to game, but within the context of a specific game, yes, I generally believe in that. I think their fans would have I mean, that's such a risky proposition, right? Because if you do it, I mean, you've got big coconuts to try to pull that off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you fail, I think some people will be okay with it, but the others will be like, you're at home. Why not go for overtime? Blah, blah, blah. You know, like, I think I'm pretty sure the analytics said to kick there, did it not? Like, I'm pretty sure that was the case.
They were stopped multiple times on 4th down. That was not the right time.
Well, but
in
you said they were 3 for 6.
3 for 6. Yeah.
So it's funny you say that they were stopped multiple times on 4th down. Doesn't that also means that they also were converted 4th downs an equal number of times? It was literally a 50-50 proposition, right?
It was 50-50 proposition. In that tight of a space, to win the game or lose the game, go to overtime.
Yeah, but, you go to overtime, and listen, it's
according to the
again,
analytics, though, Cappy, 2-point conversion is 38%, and the overtime kicking the field goal is 50-50. So.
Yeah, so that's what it was. The analytics were on their side in that scenario.
I'm sorry, the PAT. I apologize.
But wait, the PAT was only 50-50?
No. The PAT to send it into overtime, and your chances of what she's trying to explain to you is the chance of converting the 2-point conversion are 38%, which means your chance to win are only 38% in that scenario. Whereas if you kick the extra point, you then have a 50-50 shot, a better 12% better chance of winning the game. if you go to overtime.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers are they're not overwhelming. They're convincing, but they're not overwhelming.
I would agree with that, but, I mean, 38% is not – I mean – it's not. I think that if you trust the math and they have all season, you got to go, right? Like it's if you play blackjack. If you hit on a soft 17, you got to keep hitting on a soft 17. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just your strategy. You got to stick to it in that scenario.
And that's my point. Is that strategically speaking, you made it from the very beginning of the game that you were a go for it on fourth down kind of a team. And this wasn't fourth down. This was a 2-point conversion. But again, my only point is that when you've got the energy the way you've got it, and you've got the Rams standing around going, wait, he pushed off. And then the other part of the problem is, and you probably heard this as well, George, everybody can look at Caleb Williams and they can say, but look what Caleb did in overtime.
Well,
look at that terrible interception.
Here's what I'll say. It wasn't that far prior to that drive that the Rams stopped them on a goal-to-goal situation.
That's right. They did. And it was I'm trying to remember who was it? Was it Cam Curl or who was it from the secondary that made a monster hit?
Well, that was
play?
Cam Kitchens, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Because Swift had jumped up in the air to try and hurdle.
Oh no, it was Lake.
Yeah,
it was
Quentin
Quentin
Lake.
Lake. So the first hit was somebody else who hit him low, but low enough where he stopped his momentum enough where he went straight up in the air, and then Lake came over the top. It looked like something you'd see in a wrestling ring, for God's sake.
Yeah. The other part of it is look, I will tell you this. Caleb Williams a year ago, I was like, man, I'm not so sure. I don't know. Caleb Williams, he's the best athlete on the field in high school. He's the best athlete on the field in college. He can't be doing this stuff in the NFL.
Well,
and
yeah,
he's proving me wrong. He can do these things.
He couldn't do it as a rookie. He couldn't do it as a rookie because he didn't have the weapons and all that stuff. And
also didn't have the coach, right?
And the offensive line, and because they went in free agency and really spent on the offensive line. But yeah, he can do it now because he's got weapons and he's got an offensive line, and he's incredible to watch.
But I am not blaming Caleb Williams for the final interception.
No, that was absolutely no. Bergman was in our group text, but I feel like are you still there, Bergman? Because so for people that don't remember, DJ Moore was the intended target. So Chris Collinsworth, did you guys stay watching after the game or no?
Yeah, for sure.
So Collinsworth explained that DJ Moore didn't even look, the way he ran the route, didn't even think the ball was coming to him.
Right. Not only that, but he also did not have like just sell out, dude, 110% at all times. His effort wasn't there, and the way he ran the route. And by the way, Collinsworth is not the only one, George.
Well, okay, so I watched SportsCenter. I watched SportsCenter right after, and Tim Hasselback was in studio. And he ripped DJ Moore too, like saying, I don't know, say ripped, but he got into DJ Moore too, saying, hey man, you gotta run that route flatter. Like that's exactly what he's expecting. You're running it too deep,
and he threw the ball where he expected you to be.
And by the way, that's what I said in our group chat, that he ran it too deep in real time. But like because there's no way that's where he thought the receiver was going to be.
And by the way, let's just pause on that
and
for
give
one quick
Curl
second.
a lot of credit.
Yes, exactly.
For jumping it and realizing, this dude doesn't think the ball's coming to him. This ball's sailing. I'm gonna go get it.
Well, and not only that, but how about the catch that Cam Curl makes? Because it wasn't as if he just was able to catch. He caught it. He was rolling. The ball was moving. He still was able to secure it on the way in. I mean, it was a spectacular catch. But every one of these guys, whether it's Dan Orlovsky on ESPN or the former NFL backup quarterback Chase Daniel, who does all these breakdowns, every one of these quarterbacks is telling you this is where the quarterback is throwing the ball under the expectation of the route that the runner is going to have. And DJ Moore's effort just wasn't there.
No.
And maybe it was a mental mistake more than it was a physical mistake. Nonetheless, you can sit here and blame Caleb all day long. I will give credit to Cam Curl rather than taking away.
You can get on Caleb for maybe some of the other turnovers, but that one in particular, that wasn't on him.
No, I think he had 3 interceptions, so that about. I don't.
Well, and there was one that was a tip, right?
Yeah.
So that's tough too to pin on him too.
Right, but either way, so in real time, all I saw was a ball that was to nobody but Cam Curl. So that's where I blame.
Well, what Cappy and I are saying.
I hear you.
What Cappy and I are saying to you is you're a ball watcher.
Ball watcher, yes.
Not ball knower.
Not a ball knower.
But ball watcher.
As opposed to a knower, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't know what the green dot is, so that's how that goes.
Right.
I made the point also earlier, George, as you were driving in, that one of the plays that will go under the radar, and there are several, but one of the plays that will really go under the radar was the Stafford fumble that most of us thought was just an incomplete pass because his arm would probably be going forward, but the ball was ripped behind.
Yeah.
And Kyren Williams jumping on that ball, because if there's one thing that the Rams should have learned about the loss in Seattle was, remember the 2-point conversion that Charbonnet picked up in the end zone? Charbonnet picked up in the end zone?
Charbonnet,
yeah. And remember, he picked it up in the end zone like, oh, hey, I'm just going to pick up the ball and give it to the ref.
And
then
they
when he
gave
picked up
him
the
a
ball,
2-point conversion, right?
You never, ever stop until you hear the whistle, period.
Correct.
And that is what Kyren Williams did, and it was a brilliant move by Kyren.
Which, by the way, ended up playing a role in the reason that Buffalo and Denver ended up the way it ended up, because the whistle didn't blow initially when the interception, it was ruled an interception, went down on the pass to Brandon Cooks. So to your point, you got to play through the whistle all day. Like if you're Brandon Cooks, you just kind of gave up on that because you thought you hit the ground. If you don't hear the whistle, you got to keep fighting for that ball.
Yeah, and two other plays, by the way, just come to mind here, especially on the Rams' last drive. There was the 3rd and 6 play, and I'm sure everybody was doing the same thing I was doing. Get the ball to Puka. Because if there was one guy who did not look like he was impacted by the weather at all, it was Puka.
Well, he played at BYU. It's not like it's cold in Utah, bro.
I thought the same thing, but I also thought to myself, this guy's from Las Vegas, and he's been playing for the Rams for the last 3 years. But Puka Nacua just looks like a guy that no condition impacts him. 3rd and 6, get the ball to Puka. They do. Picks up the first down. The other big play was the catch that Devontae Adams had on the sideline, which was one of the most spectacular throws. We'll all talk about Caleb and the long touchdown throw, but the throw that Stafford makes to Devontae on the sideline is the most spectacular throw. And by the way, catch as well, because how Devontae was able to get the 2 feet down was incredible. But the Puka play and the Devontae play were both monster plays on that last drive.
Monster.
That's right.
Monstrous.
And as I said, George, the thing.
You know
that
what? We need you know what, Morales? We need a Monster Energy drink endorsement here for the Monster play of the day. Yeah,
Pro Baller is the official energy drink right now of ESPN LA.
Okay, well, we could expand. We have more than one thing of a lot of things.
Well, that was a Pro Baller type catch. I can tell you that right now.
There you
go. He used to be in a dark place, but he's not anymore.
Oh, I see the callback you did there.
Oh, I did it on Twitter last night because JT misspelled Rams and is like, he does the.
How do you misspell Rams?
He called them the Rans.
That's why. Because he does his usual, what a game by the Bears. Congrats, the Rams. Like, hey, man, it's National Sports Radio time.
He did misspell the Rams. He did.
And you know how I know? Because his best friend Cappy sent it to me.
I did. I was like, hey,
wow,
look,
Cappy.
JT did misspell the Rams.
Meanwhile, 7:47 on a Monday. Cappy, Lindsay, let's talk about our friends at VisionWorks.
Okay, let's do it. First of all, I'm very excited to go visit VisionWorks, and here's the main reason for me. Because I have this thing, my vision's perfect. I've seen an eye doctor in the past. He told me my vision's 20/20. Oh, yeah? Then I have a question for you. How come everything's so blurry? And by the way, at night, why can't I see road signs like when I'm driving down the road? So look, even if you think your vision is perfect, regular eye exam's really important. Your eye doctor is not just looking at your sight. He or she is also looking at the health of your eyes. And so these exams can help you, especially with early detection of things like glaucoma, diabetes, hypertension. So I know we're getting ready to go visit VisionWorks as a team. Can't wait to go, guys.
And Cappy, if you're like me and you have trouble seeing when you're driving, you can get those different options like the non-glare, the elite non-glare option, because, when I wear glasses, that's what I'm going to need. I can't help but see the little, there's blurry everywhere. So I get the non-glare lenses.
And here's the thing. I'm a guy who likes multiple beverages at once. You notice I'm drinking coffee, a diet soda, water. I like to be able to wet my beak in multiple different ways. Cappy?
Yeah, wet
that. And here's the great thing. They got the BOGO at VisionWorks. So you could get 2 pairs for the price of 1. How great is that?
It's really great. So every year, we get to the new year, we get to January, and then you get renewed vision benefits. VisionWorks makes it easy to put them to good use with a simple, stress-free eye care experience. You need new glasses. you need to see your eye doctor. I think you should come join us at VisionWorks, don't you think?
Absolutely right. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to massive wins for LA, a victory Monday in the city, and getting ready for a week of Lakers basketball on the road. Hey, everybody. Victory Monday is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Lakers won last night. Maybe we'll talk about that. Or we'll keep talking about the pig, Cappy. All of that in 3 minutes from right now on ESPN LA.
On this day, we remember the message
I have a dream.
and the hope
Sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city.
ESPN LA,
Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
710.
Did you know Children's Hospital Los Angeles treats more kids with cancer and blood diseases than anywhere else in the Western U.S.? With over 200 clinical trials and some of the highest survival rates in the country, the Cancer and Blood Disease Institute at CHLA is the #1 pediatric cancer program in California. When your child faces an opponent like cancer, trust the team that delivers in the clutch. To learn more, visit chla.org.
We've all said it for years. The Monday after Super Sunday should be a holiday. And this year, Yamava Resort and Casino is making it happen. This Sunday, January 25th, join Cappy, Morales, Bergman, and producer Lindsay at the 909 Sports Bar to watch the AFC and NFC Championship games. Show up and enter to win a VIP Super Sunday experience. A free room, incidentals covered, plus our Super Sunday watch party and the Monday after, live from Yamava. Be there January 25th at Yamava Resort and Casino to watch and win.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $20,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
El fin de semana más romántico del año.
Quiero ser
Con la banda más romántica de todos los tiempos. MS llega a Los Ángeles con nueva fecha, 14 de febrero 2026. Viernes 13 y sábado 14 de febrero. Crypto.com Arena. Boletos en axs.com.
Rich Eisen here. LinkedIn Jobs is stepping things up with their new AI assistant so you can feel confident you're finding top talent. Get this. Employees hired through LinkedIn are 30% more likely to stick around for at least a year compared to those hired through the leading competitor. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. And promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
That encapsulizes Rivers' entire career.
Encapsulate, yeah.
Wait, encapsulizes is not a real thing?
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
You can't encapsulize a thing? No, you only encapsulate it? Okay.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
7:53. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Monday.
Night show.
Yesterday, January 18th, back in 1995, the #1 hit The Rednecks with an X. Cotton Eye Joe.
The Rednecks with an X.
That was the group.
I
That was
wouldn't
the
have known
name of
that.
the group. I remember them.
I would not have known
They
that.
were definitely a one-hit wonder. That's
One
for
of the
sure.
best bits of Beavis and Butthead was when this music video came up. And Beavis was like, yeah, Cotton Eye Joe, yeah. He's like freaking out. Butthead had to slap him. Just like Sedano sometimes has to slap us all around.
I watched the newer Beavis and Butthead. It's okay.
When they're old?
Yeah, it's not as good.
Wait, there's a new old guy Beavis and Butthead?
Well,
yeah,
no,
they did like a
launch.
Reboot?
But they switch in the episode. So you see like a new one, then they switch to like old Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
All right, I'd watch that. Even though you guys know I don't really like cartoon shows, Beavis and Butthead kind of stands out a little bit.
I mean, that one. I mean, South Park is the best one ever, though.
Yeah, but again, like
the
like
longest
Simpsons,
running.
I got nothing.
And The Simpsons, right? Those
yeah,
two.
I got nothing on either of those.
Yeah, I mean, South Park is unbelievable. The way they write right up to literally sometimes Showtime, to me, is just the most fascinating part. I'd love to see like a documentary, and maybe there is one.
There is one. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
There is one for South Park. So 6 days to air.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
No way, really?
I would
Yeah.
totally watch that.
It's
I will watch
great.
that at some point because of the way they have to, again, based on to be timely, they will write up until as close to Showtime as possible.
I caught a little bit of a rom-com this weekend between,
Come on,
let's see
man.
here. No, it's
I
true.
love a
did.
good rom-com.
No, I did.
So
I
do
caught
I.
a rom-com this weekend. It was Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher.
I've already sold. That's it. Reese Witherspoon, I'm in.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon, and I don't know how old it is. And then I caught another one. I caught
Sweet Home Alabama?
No. It's switching places, like where he's going to go from New York to L.A. and she's going to go from L.A. to New York. Anybody know what I'm talking about? No? Anybody?
I mean,
No,
I'm sure I've seen it, but
somebody will figure it out and put it
is
in
it
the
the one?
YouTube chat.
There's one where she like is in a coma in like
No.
San Francisco. I forget what
No,
the
no.
name of that one is.
No. She's living in L.A. He's living in New York. They're like
Your
BFFs.
Place or Mine?
Your Place or Mine is the name
No,
of
I
the
haven't
movie.
seen that one.
Have not seen that one either.
And then I caught another movie this week. I was shocking. I watched 2 movies over the weekend.
All right.
Netflix's #1 movie in the country called The Rip. Anybody see The Rip yet?
Yeah, that was all right.
Nope.
It was okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was all right.
I thought it was going to be a lot better with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in it.
I needed to come down after all these football games. So,
Well, you weren't filming this weekend, so you had to watch movies.
Did you get a feel for it at some point in the game?
Let me tell you something right now.
You had no feel.
I told you guys on Friday I had no feel for any of these games, and I pulled a Sedano this weekend.
You were 0?
So I had a Zippo.
So really, you pulled a Cappy.
Yeah,
Three
none
of
of
us.
us got points on the Rams, damn it.
Yeah, we just realized that, so I got 0 as well.
Yeah, because it's 3.5.
I got 0.
Yeah.
We had 3. So Cappy, me, and Lindsay all got 0.
Really?
Yeah.
I picked all the road teams, and obviously that was a terrible decision. And I also will tell you that I think I played this weekend more with my heart than less with my head. I believed in Houston, but there was something telling me no, New England at home.
Well, listen, if Bergman said it best in our group chat. If C.J. Stroud plays just 30% better in that game, not 100% like C.J. Stroud, just like 33% C.J. Stroud, just be like a Hall of Fame hitter and not like a Hall of Fame quarterback, and they win that game easily.
But you know what?
Texans are cursed just like the Chargers because of the history of that franchise.
Well,
and
they're
the
the
city.
only team that's
Yeah.
never made the AFC title game.
Yeah.
But I would just say that Houston might look at C.J. Stroud and go, these last couple of games against Pittsburgh and then against New England, the turnovers are you
Brutal.
cannot live with them.
Well-
and there's a part of me that thinks to myself, maybe C.J. Stroud is not really ever going to turn into a star franchise type quarterback.
Did you hear Troy Aikman calling for Davis Mills?
No.
Well,
Yeah,
forget
at
about Troy
halftime.
Aikman.
No,
Well,
really?
How about Ryan Clark and Marcus Spears going at it at halftime about that? It literally turned into like a First Take episode. It was fantastic to watch. It was great television. And by the way, that's what everybody else was thinking too.
Because they were I didn't actually see that. They
Well,
were
Marcus
suggesting that
Spears said you got to go to Davis Mills, and then Ryan Clark, and he laid out his case. And I thought Van Pelt did a fantastic job, just kind of moderating the whole thing and really kind of getting the best out of both guys. No surprise. I mean, Van Pelt's the gold standard. So. But then Ryan Clark made this emphatic plea, like, man, you've poured everything into this guy. You got to give him 30 minutes to see if he can do this, and then you make the decision after the fact, like if he's your franchise guy. But this 30 minutes, you got to give him that chance. And
Well-
it was good television.
Yeah, and Houston's defense, to their credit, I mean, they kept them in that game.
They did.
And it sets up, obviously, look, today's Monday and we got a long week to go, but it sets up for such a strange finish in the AFC because you've got this New England team that has just sort of skated by on, kind of a poor performance by Houston. On the other hand, you've got Denver, which that was you talk about a coin flip kind of a game. That game could have gone either way, and obviously the referees had their say. And if you're a Bills fan, you think that Cooks was down. And if you're a Denver fan, you think that that's a legitimate call. And people will debate it forever. But here's the thing.
You know one thing you can't debate, Cappy?
Tell me.
You ready, Sedano?
Yeah.
Since you weren't here at the beginning of the show?
Well, you can't get better analysis than that.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good. And not only did Josh Allen go to the podium after the game crying.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Today, Monday morning, they fire his coach.
Yeah, I mean, his coach was kind of dead man walking if they didn't get past this round at this point.
And the whole thing after the game, I'm fighting for Buffalo. I'm standing up for Buffalo.
He was right.
It's like, yeah, you're doing that because you know you're on the verge of getting fired and you're kind of hoping that you've ingratiated yourself to the fans. Hey, look, you're 9 years. You've got a player of this caliber, Josh Allen. You can't get him to a Super Bowl. It's kind of like when the Buccaneers went to John Gruden and he took Tony Dungy's team to the Super Bowl the next year and won it. The Buffalo Bills probably think the same thing.
So you're saying Sean McDermott will eventually win a Super Bowl?
No, I'm saying whoever takes over the Bills next year might win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, because, I mean, Tony Dungy eventually did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. But, listen, that Denver team now without Bo Nix, you talk about bizarre timing.
Oh, dude. So it
of
happened
an injury.
I saw the report eventually, because some people were saying it happened on the kneel down, which was ridiculous. It was actually on one of the rollouts towards the end of the game.
And then some people were even suggesting it happened after the game because nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Let's tease it. Let's talk more about that. Unpack it, as we like to say in the business, Cappy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack.
And by the way, the old man looked pretty good yesterday.
That too. The old man. 8 o'clock, straight up at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Let's knock on the hardwood together, Sedano. We were texting with Steven Hernandez because he is my Rams chain brother.
Oh, I know.
Wearing
It
it this
was,
morning.
on that group text.
Exactly right.
That's a good group text.
Let's talk about Hernandez. Get out of the way, Cappy. This is
What do you mean get
Sedano's
out of the
read.
way? I like the group
Sedano's
text.
read. Can we get into it?
Well, I like it.
Let's talk about Hernandez Wholesale Flooring.
Well, listen, you've heard us all talk about our friends over there at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Cappy and Rachel have gotten carpet. I don't believe it was the shaggy kind, but they did get some carpet there from the Hernandez brothers. Dr. Clapper got some hardwood, right? And the Italian Stanley went over there for some stuff as well. So, look, you get authentic old-school TLC, family-owned company who feature wholesale pricing year-round. Papi Hernandez started it 57 years ago. You got the crazy Hernandez brothers there, mom, aunt, uncles, nephews, nieces, cousins, sisters, you name it. My question for you is this. If you need new floors, why haven't you checked them out yet? Why haven't you called Hernandez at 866-62-FLOOR? Whatever kind of flooring you're looking for, they have it in stock. They've got millions of options to choose from. Hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, even artificial turf for the outdoor. Waterproof, scratch-proof, kid-proof, whatever you need. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring has it. The crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you. And if you're a first responder, active military, or veteran, you receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. Plus, if you find a better price, which I doubt, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring will match it, no questions asked. All you got to do is call them at 866-62-FLOOR, give them your square footage, and when someone else is offering you, again, they'll match it. No problems. Shoot them a call, 866-62-FLOOR. Visit their showroom in Commerce, right next to the Commerce Casino, right off the 5 freeway, or in Santa Ana if you're in the OC. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round, because no sale beats wholesale. Again, check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
Thank you, Sedano. 8:02 on a Monday. Coming back in 4 minutes, we'll talk about the old man and the Lakers win last night and more. We'll unpack Bo Nix and the Broncos. What happened to that ankle? We'll find out. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday, Jack.
Today,
I still have a dream.
we celebrate
This nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King
We
Jr.
hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
ESPN LA 710.
John Ireland here for Blue Ice Huckleberry Vodka, crafted with real mountain huckleberries, Idaho State fruit. Think blueberries, but richer. Try pairing it with lemonade. So refreshing. Blue Ice Vodka, because taste matters.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
When a trophy's raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or your phone today.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Buenos dias. Thank you, Shohei. Buenos dias, indeed. You've heard producer Lindsay Baseball's promos. You've heard Mario's promos, all talking about this Sunday. Coming up at Yamava. The road to Lombardi runs through Yamava, and Sunday is your chance to win the ultimate Super Sunday prize. Join Cappy, myself, Greg Bergman, and producer Lindsay at the 909 Sports Bar for the AFC and NFC Championship games. Sunday at Yamava. Everyone who shows up is entered to win a VIP Super Sunday experience at a one-night stay at Yamava. That means you get to hang out with us on Super Sunday, and then the Monday after is a holiday, hanging out at Yamava Resort and Casino, and plus you get to hang out with us and watch the games. That's fun enough. Be there this upcoming Sunday at Yamava Resort and Casino, January 25th, to watch and win. As they like to say, you win. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show back in 1 minute from right now.
Hey, Laker fans, are you a professional and a parent, a dreamer and a doer? You're an ender, and National University knows that grind. That's why they offer flexible online courses, career-focused programs, and support for students juggling work, family, and everything in between. Whether you're building a career, raising a family, or chasing big goals, National University helps you reach your end game and your end game. Make your move at nu.edu.
Coverage and content of the 2026 College National Championship on ESPN LA is presented by Pchanga Resort Casino. Plan your perfect combination at Pchanga Resort Casino. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today named Pchanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas.
Visit Pchanga.com for more information.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
8:07, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Happy birthday. Dolly turns 80 years old today.
Damn.
Still looking good, Cappy.
Yeah, in a weird kind of Cher type way. She's kind of hot, too.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Didn't you not like her in that cowboy outfit?
Yes, that was horrible. Yes, that was horrible. Her halftime at a Cowboys game at Thanksgiving 2 years ago was horrendous. But I love her.
By the way, I remember that Thanksgiving. because Lindsay and I were at Yamava that day. And by the way, I just mentioned it, how we're going to be at Yamava Sunday, Yamava Resort Casino, the 909 Sports Bar.
Right.
All of us together. So be sure to join us. Press the flesh. Watch the NFC and AFC championship games.
God, I actually am really excited about this at Yamava.
Me too.
We haven't been out there in a couple of years,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
We had so much fun doing all of our Monday Night Football stuff at Yamava. It was so great.
It was Thursday night, I think.
That
It
too.
was Monday and then Thursday.
Oh.
I think.
By the
Both
way,
days.
I believe you and I are sleeping in the same room Sunday night.
We are?
Yeah.
How about Stephanie and Rachel? They going to join us?
No.
Just you and me?
Just you and me. Oh, boy.
Just cuddling up, huh? Hey, Chris, the good news is this time around there's more room in the bed for me.
Not just that, there's no snoring like last time we spent the night together when you had to put the pillow over your head.
But I do kick and I do punch and I do scream during my sleep, so be careful, man. You may have to wear a
Scream?
helmet.
Wait.
Oh, dude.
Scream?
Yeah, you have no
Wait,
idea.
you scream? Like,
You have no idea what goes on in my dreams. I swear to you guys.
Meanwhile, the Broncos, who will be playing in the AFC Championship game against the Patriots, well, sometimes that's how luck goes, right, Cappy?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, George, listen, we're going to – I say we. I don't mean you and me. I mean the whole world, the football world is going to continue to question and debate the same thing we've been talking about for seemingly like the last 10 years, which is what constitutes a catch and what does not constitute a catch.
Do you remember the first time this was a real thing? Do you remember?
I remember it being in Green Bay, and I'm trying to remember –
Cowboys.
And who was the receiver that – I don't remember. I guess I don't remember. I remember it was the Packers, but I don't remember who the receiver was and the circumstance around it. Do you?
Yes, it was – the receiver was
I don't know. I got
88.
nothing.
Who was 88 before
Michael
CeeDee
Irvin?
Lamb?
Oh, not CeeDee Lamb.
Before CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, Antonio. No. Oh, gosh. Come on, man.
Des Bryant.
Thank
Des
you.
Bryant.
Des
Thank you.
Bryant.
Yes.
I had Antonio. The next word was Bryant out of my mouth. I don't
By
know
the
why I
way,
had
shout
Antonio
out to
before
Tim
Des.
on our social media team that swung the door open and go, hey, idiots doing a radio show, Des Bryant.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
He's a huge Cowboy fan.
Thank you, Tim. Hey, idiots doing a sports
I
radio
mean, no
show.
offense. It's not like, Des Bryant was a good receiver, but, he's not CeeDee Lamb.
No. But here's the thing again. It just goes back to this. If you're a Bills fan today, you feel like once again you've been robbed, okay? If you're a Broncos fan today, you think that was a legitimate call. And if you didn't really have a dog in the fight, many people have gone to social media to tell you how the NFL is rigged and they always find a way to screw things up, and the referees, find ways to give a team a win. Because here's the thing about that Denver-Buffalo game. It wasn't
But why
just,
wouldn't they want Josh Allen in the Super Bowl?
I don't understand.
Like,
why
I don't
everybody
understand.
thinks it's
That's
rigged.
the conspiracy theorist that I don't get. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, why wouldn't you want Buffalo in the Super Bowl?
But besides the call itself, the people who think that there's a conspiracy, they point out that in the last series of the game between Denver and Buffalo, there were 2 pass interference calls in that drive. Mm-hmm. And yet, if you watch that game earlier, there were other calls that you might have gone, well, that's pass interference in the end zone. They didn't call anything. They seemed to let the game go until the referees got into the middle of it in crunch time. So I saw a lot of people go to Twitter and go to Instagram and say, I'm done with the NFL. It's a scam. But I didn't really see it that way, but I still do have this question. When Brandon Cooks has the ball and his back hits the ground, and he still essentially has possession, but both guys are still in motion, and the DB comes up with the ball, why is Cooks not considered in possession and down when he's hit the ground and the defender has touched him down?
Well, but the defender also has 2 hands on the ball, doesn't he?
I mean, I guess, but the player, the tie would go to the offensive player who's down and touched down. And by the way,
the tie always goes to the offense, right? Offensive player, period.
I mean, is that unwritten or is that written?
That's
No, it's
everything
written.
I saw.
It is written.
Yeah.
Because, again, I think if you're
But
a Bears fan.
what they're suggesting, and look, I think they should have reviewed it, which I was.
That's
that
another
was the,
question.
To me, that was the more surprising part, because I thought in real time that was an interception. Because here's the thing. We have the advantage of frame by frame, okay?
That's right, and still photos and everything else.
We don't have, they don't, the referees don't have, the officials don't have that advantage, okay? Until they go to the review part of the equation. But here's what I'll also say. And this is the thing that fans miss out on, and they forget this part because it happens in all sports. It's not just football, but football particularly. It needs to be conclusive evidence to overturn a call that was made on the field, okay?
Yep.
So that's the problem, okay? The rule, the wording states that even if they went back and reviewed it, to me, it's still not conclusive that you could overturn that call.
No, but again, I think the point is that if we're questioning, again, what constitutes a catch, then if you're a Bears fan and you were looking at that Buffalo-Denver game from the day before and you see Devontae Adams make a catch for the Rams.
Well, but Devontae Adams clearly on the second gather had 2 feet down and had firm control of the ball.
And had his knee on the ground.
Correct.
So, but then the ball was ripped out. And so what I'm getting at is this, is that if you're a Bears fan, you might argue today, well, that's the exact same circumstance that happened in Denver. And it's not the exact same, but there is still motion to the play. So yet again, we find ourselves asking the same question, which is, what is really a catch and what is not a catch? But it doesn't really matter because Buffalo's out. There's nothing they can do about it now. They're gone. Their coach is fired, and Denver gets to move on and host the AFC Championship game. And really, the most bizarre part of all of that, George, is how Bo Nix, second year, gets his team to the number 1 seed, hosts the AFC Championship game, and tomorrow will have surgery in Alabama on a broken ankle. How'd that happen? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Because after the game, the post-game interview, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson. And Bo Nix is like crazy calm, like strangely calm. I don't know the kid. I've never interviewed the guy. I don't know his personality, but I don't ever remember him seeing him in a post-game interview like that super calm. He had to have known something major was wrong.
Yeah.
Because according to the reports, he goes over to the sideline, hugs it out with Sean Payton, and Payton's like, congratulations, way to go. And he's like, yeah, bad news, coach. My ankle seems to be all screwed up.
Oof.
What a story. Now, everybody just assumes that New England will go to Denver and easily win because Bo Nix is out. It's Monday.
Although,
you
know,
think?
listen, their defense is so good that, I mean, they may be able to keep him in it. You never know.
And you talk about a Radio Rinaldi story.
I mean, Jared Stidham, who played for the Patriots.
Jared Stidham, who has 6 years in the NFL, 3 years with the Broncos, took like 3 snaps this year on like cleanup duty, like kneel down duty. In his career, has like 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Nobody looks at Jared Stidham and goes, well, this guy, you know, he's a real up-and-coming talent. Now, he had a good career in college, played at Auburn. Prior to that, played at Baylor, was an all-SEC caliber player, 4th-round pick. So, you know, somebody liked him, but nobody thought he was going to be a starter, certainly not in the AFC Championship game when you didn't take a snap all season. Crazy story.
Yeah, his only snap is a kneel down.
Yeah.
He hasn't thrown an actual pass in the NFL
since 2023.
2023, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And was that for the Raiders? Bergie, you remember Jared Stidham for the Raiders?
I do remember, but that was not with the Raiders. He did
Denver,
play
yeah.
for the Raiders. And threw
Yeah,
a couple
he had
passes.
a season. He played in 5 games for the Raiders back in 2022.
But this says he played for
Yeah, that
Denver.
was when, what's-his-face was there, the McDaniel.
Jerk. Awful head coach.
Meanwhile, time for Mongrel of the Morning, and this is why I'm doing this at 8:17. Mongrel of the Morning, thanks to Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Shout out to Jay Detail on the YouTube chat because he pointed out that Sedano is in the Dan Levitard Show complex today and how good the equipment looks, the lighting, all of that. But also, Sedano, I want you to do a speed test on your laptop because it would seem that the delay is minimal. And Levitard, those Levitard studios, they got a big pipe over there for internet.
He got a big pipe,
Let me do a speed test.
Do a speed test.
All right, let me know what you
and
got.
then we're going to have Cappy do a speed test.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Run speed test. Oh, big numbers already right out of the gate.
What do we got?
Curious.
So, download speed 477.7.
All right.
Upload speed 201.8.
Oh, that upload, that's a huge pipe.
Wow.
Huge
Wow.
pipe. Cappy,
Wow.
now you.
My download speed, 417.6.
Not bad.
Upload speed, 110.6.
Oh.
Not as big a pipe.
No.
Yeah.
And
Half
they
the
got-
pipe.
But by the way, are you on your laptop camera?
Me? Yes.
Oh, that's good quality.
Nice.
That's nice.
Very nice.
All right.
Actually, I did run the speed test on my laptop that I'm using here to my right. I didn't run the speed test on the one that I'm using the camera. I wonder what that speed test looks like.
Well, your camera doesn't look as good.
My
It doesn't look as
latency
crisp.
is 6
Nice
milliseconds.
Wow.
Wow.
Meanwhile,
Nice pipe.
Sedano is in Miami at the Le Batard compound because tonight, the national championship game, Miami.
Well,
takes on-
I'm actually here to work. Like,
All
I've
right.
got stuff to do on the field when I'm there.
Can I just build up the tees, please?
Okay, yeah,
'Cause,
sorry.
the U is taking on Indiana. You'll hear that game at 4:30 p.m. right here on ESPN LA. Now go ahead.
Yeah, what are you doing tonight?
Well, I've got a couple of commitments, because it's two Cuban guys at the top of the food chain here, because it's Miami. I've been requested to do stuff. So.
Did you get an exclusive with Fernando?
No, I've not seen Fernando.
Oh, you were going to have Cappy read your voiceover.
Oh, the script.
Yes.
We can do that in YouTube in the Prize Picks
We need to
Power.
have him do that.
So I did I did a Spanglish. It's actually Spanglish.
That'd be perfect
because
for me.
some words, they don't translate great in Spanish, right? So like national championship or like college football playoff doesn't translate necessarily very easily. It doesn't, roll off the tongue in Spanish. And Heisman Trophy and things like that. So certain words are in English, Cappy, which should help you.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no chance. Briones, you actually
Let me have it.
listened when I recorded it.
Yeah.
You were there with me when I did it down the line. How long do you think it'll take Cappy to get through the entire script?
I would give him at least 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be like 10 minutes before you finish it. And it's literally like a 90-second script.
I just spit my coffee. Oh, my God.
It's about 90 seconds. Yeah.
So when I'm watching this game tonight, this national championship game on ESPN, this is at 4:30 local time.
Yeah.
Are you on the national championship?
No, I'm not on like
broadcast?
college game day. No, I'll be on some of the auxiliary programming, as they call it.
Like what? Is there like a McAfee field thing?
No.
that you're working on?
There's some ACC stuff and some ESPN Deportes stuff and just that stuff. Yeah.
What is the
well, good for
abbreviation
you.
for ESPN Deportes?
The D?
Yeah. No, it's just that one is just Deportes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, really? They don't
Yeah.
just call it the D, huh?
No, they just call it Deportes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
You know?
That one doesn't have that. Is no E1, E2, E News. No, it's just Deportes.
Well, it would be funny if it was if it was ED, because then
ED.
you could have it sponsored. You know,
Jesus.
right? Right. You get a partner for that one.
Yeah.
The ED.
Yeah. Well, you're thinking like an older guy, Cappy.
Well, I had a lunch with an older guy on Friday, and he's 78 years old.
Yeah.
And I did just straight up ask him, I'm like, yo, still work? What's the story, man? And he told me.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
You asked
Yeah,
someone
Linz.
that for real?
Lindsay, this is the conversation that men have, especially when they're getting a little bit older.
How close are you with this man?
I'm pretty close with the guy. I mean, I'm
then
pretty
there you go.
close.
That's
Yeah, I'm pretty close with him. And we were talking, and I said, does it still work? And he said to me, and I quote, yeah, when I take the pill. That's what he said.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
exactly what he said. So, anyway, where were we? Were we talking about the
Oh,
Rams? Were we talking about the Broncos? I don't know.
We were
where
going to talk about the old man. Lakers got a pretty good win yesterday. Toronto's been pretty good this year.
So let me say one thing about last night's Laker win over Toronto. And actually, I should back up before I even make this piece of commentary. You guys are going to be surprised with what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, I mean Toronto's the
here we
fourth
go
seed in
again.
the East, by the way.
Okay. Let me say something that I think is going to surprise you guys.
Okay.
I want to give LeBron James a little bit of credit this morning.
Oh, okay.
You guys know that when they played Portland, was that Saturday night they played Portland, or was that Friday night? I can't even remember at this point.
I'm pretty sure it was Saturday.
Okay.
night.
Okay. So they played Portland on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And Portland's a 500 caliber club, right?
But they're young and athletic.
Okay.
Which gives them problems.
But there is no Luka in this game. Austin Reeves is still on the shelf.
Yeah.
And here's where I'm going to give LeBron some credit. You know what? LeBron James could have very easily have been like, hey, we're playing Toronto the next night. I'm not going to play. Because when LeBron takes the court, he is essentially taking the court as the five-man starting rotation. This is probably the first time he's ever been in this rotation. Because Jake LaRavia wasn't around last year. Maxi Kleba never really contributes. Marcus Smart is new to the Lakers this year, and Gabe Vincent is always hurting back and forth. So I give LeBron James credit for even playing 32 minutes on Saturday night against Portland. Now, I grant you they look terrible, the Lakers, and they got ham-slammed by Portland. But since you guys always tell me what a critic I am of LeBron and I never give him any credit, I'll tell you right now, I gave him credit just for even showing up and playing in that game because he didn't have to, and he was out there by himself. So how about that, George? What do you think of that?
Look at you, Cappy.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, not bad.
Now, it was a terrible
41
game.
years old.
It was a terrible game, and they got destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was basically LeBron and, like, Marcus Smart out there doing stuff.
Yeah, and then to LeBron's credit, because for all the warnings,
played in a back-to-back, another
right,
back-to-back.
Right. So for all the warnings that he wasn't going to play, but now let me take a shot, and it's not at LeBron.
I know what you're going to say.
Let me hear.
Oh, well, if it's not at LeBron, maybe not. I was going to say, you're probably going to say something like, oh, well, LeBron issued that warning about, being TBD for all the back-to-backs because he just wants us to, like, think that it's so great when he does play, but he just wants us to lower the expectations.
Gosh, Lindsay, what a harsh critic of LeBron you've become.
No, I'm saying you would say that.
Oh, I didn't say that. I wasn't going to say that.
Okay.
You know what I was going to say?
Okay, what?
Here's what I was going to say. Credit to the Rams. And here's what I mean. I would argue, and I was surprised last night. You watch that game, and look, people want to go see Laker games. People want to see LeBron James. There's no doubt about it. But it's Sunday freaking night, and you've had football all weekend long, and you're going to a Laker game on Sunday night? Like, I turned over after all the football and all the postgame and everything, and I watched the last part of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. But here's my point. The Rams dominated the headlines, rightly so. They're playing in Chicago in the divisional round of the playoffs, and the Lakers are playing their, 40th regular season game of the year, right? So it's at the midpoint for the Lakers. Big deal. It's a Sunday night basketball game against Toronto. My point is this. The Rams, and to a lesser degree the NFL, but the Rams in particular, have turned L.A. back into a football town. I know nationally L.A. gets criticized and ridiculed. The Rams and their success and the 10 years, because the Rams are the headline today, not the Lakers.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a game in January. They're playing against Toronto at home on a Sunday. Like, of course they're not going to be the headline today when the Rams are going to the NFC title game.
I know, but I'm just here to tell you that 4 or 5 years ago when the Rams won the Super Bowl, what year was that, 2021-ish? Something like that, 21 or 22? The Rams still did not have what I would call control of the market. The Lakers were still the dominant force, and it's the way it should be. When you have all 4 major sports in your town or 5 major sports and you've got 10 teams and you've got star coaches and star players and you're in the playoffs, the NFL team should be the primary headline on a day like today. And it had me, just as an example, going, Laker game? I care about the Laker game. Sunday night, game 41 of the regular season. I don't care about that. I cared about the Rams and the Bears.
Right, but I would say there's a lot of people that cared about that game.
Really?
You're talking about a playoff game.
No,
right, that's my point.
But no, you're dismissing the Laker.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Right. And what I would tell you is there's a lot of people who were tuned into that game, if I had to guess.
And the game was sold out last night, too.
And
the games are always sold out. Yeah. That's not ever an issue. But if I had to bet, there was plenty of people watching that Laker-Toronto game last night.
Gosh, I will tell you this. I was one of them, and it was only because I felt like I needed to know what was going on. But I feel like, to the credit of the Rams, they should have been and were and are this morning the top story.
No one is debating that part of it.
But I'm just here to tell you that 4 or 5 years ago, it might not have been that way. I'm just saying.
I don't know. When the Rams were going on, if a Rams are playing in the playoffs and it's a January game, I don't think that at least in my time here, that has never taken precedent. Over
we made a really
big
deal about the NFC Championship game when we were doing mornings with Key back with the first NFC Championship game. Yeah. We made a huge. I feel like we made a bigger deal out of that than we did the second time around, frankly.
Well, maybe because they had just come back, obviously. But I'm just saying that they've now entrenched themselves, and the community, the sports community, is now back to being a football community.
I've been with you all day.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not
I have
no
idea what that one's coming
Can't
from.
buy this one. Well, for those of you that are getting it, and for those of you that are with me on this, I appreciate you, brothers.
I'm confused on this one because
I appreciate y'all.
I don't think we've ever not prioritized a Rams playoff game over a regular season Laker game on this.
Good.
By the way,
That's the way it should be.
if yesterday didn't include the Rams, I feel like we'd be talking about it more than a January Lakers game.
Right, we'd probably still be talking about the playoffs, whatever happened in the playoffs. And, to some extent, it probably still would be the lead, the A story.
Talking about playoffs?
For the kids that don't know, that's a Jim Mora drop.
That's right.
Anyway, let's talk about Cappy. Something maybe you'll have better luck with. Damon Wines, the CEO, and our friends at Sellers Advantage.
This is another one of these group chats that we had yesterday where we're all in there talking about this Rams game.
Was the other guy in there?
The other guy was not in there, George. And by the way, I don't know the other guy's name, and I don't know if I should just call him the OG just for the other guy.
Right.
But no, I don't know if the other guy was in there.
No.
Hey, let me tell you guys right now, if you're thinking that it's time to downsize, your kids have gone off to college, they're done, they're off on their own, they're doing their own thing. You got this house, you brought up your family in this house, and you got a lot of equity in this house, and maybe the house is too big, or maybe it's just time to get on with your life. You're like, hey, you know what, we're going to move here, we're going to move there, we're going to downsize. Whatever the case may be, whatever the reason is for you to sell your home, let me tell you that right now, Sellers Advantage can do so much for you to make it so much easier. Forget about hiring an agent. Forget about paying a commission. Forget about spending a ton of money to fix your home up. Forget about people walking in and out for open houses or staging. Forget about all of it, because Sellers Advantage will buy your house as is. They will make you a competitive cash offer, and they will buy your house as is. It's a cash transaction. It's going through. You have no fear of the deal falling through. So here's what you do. When you're ready to sell, you call 888-390-as-is, 888-390-as-is, or 888-390-2747. You can visit them online at sellersadvantage.com. When you're ready to sell, Sellers Advantage is ready to make you happy.
Thank you, Cappy. 8:30 in the morning on a Monday. The Sedano Kap Morning Show. We are back in 3 minutes from right now.
Today,
I still have a dream.
we celebrate
This nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King
We
Jr.
hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
ESPN LA 710.
We've all said it for years. The Monday after Super Sunday should be a holiday. And this year, Yamava Resort and Casino is making it happen. This Sunday, January 25th, join Cappy, Morales, Bergman, and producer Lindsay at the 909 Sports Bar to watch the AFC and NFC Championship games. Show up and enter to win a VIP Super Sunday experience. A free room, incidentals covered, plus our Super Sunday watch party and the Monday after, live from Yamava. Be there January 25th at Yamava Resort and Casino to watch and win.
Hey guys, it's a new year, new benefits, and if you're wondering how to actually get the most out of your new benefits, it's VisionWorks in Orange County. It's Cappy, and I know you've been putting off your annual eye exam. I got you covered, VisionWorks. And right now, VisionWorks is offering a BOGO on glasses, so you can use that tax return for something you actually need and walk out with 2 new pairs. Quick scheduling, great doctors, and tons of frames to choose from. No stress, no pressure, just better vision to start the year. So do your eyes a favor. Head to one of the 7 VisionWorks in Orange County and see the difference.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Lease a brand new 2026 Subaru Outback Premium CBT for $349 a month plus tax for 36 months.
One at this payment. Been TY 11.3. MSRP $37,275. $33.99 due at signing.
Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net.
7,500 miles a year. Model code TDD-11. Must take delivery by February 2nd, 2026. Subaru Motors Finance. Lease rates extended to well-qualified buyers with above average credit. Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers may qualify.
Hey, it's Mace. Watching the game at home is fine. Kasm Los Angeles is next level, massive, high-res displays, real fans, real energy. Step into the dome. You're not watching the game, you're in it. Wraparound screens, reserved seating, total immersion. There's the hall, delivers live, multi-view sports, every game, every moment. Craft cocktails, local favorites, plus the deck, rooftop bar with can't-miss views, football, NBA, Premier League, UFC, immersive movies. This is how sports are meant to be watched. Get tickets now at Kasm.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
It must be quite a thing for you to see two stars of our magnitude.
Sedano and Kap have taken over Morning Drive.
And this isn't some hologram nonsense. This is in the flesh, baby. The two of us together.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
8:34. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Monday, a Reaction Monday. On this day, yesterday, January 18th, back in 1986, the number one hit, Dionne Warwick and Friends. That's what friends are for, Sedano. My favorite part of the song is coming up when Elton really gets into it. I'm like, this is Gladys right here.
Yeah.
Gladys Knight, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, and the great Dionne Warwick. Here it comes.
Sure. Yeah,
and then
here
I
it
want to
comes.
read something from the YouTube chat in just a moment. Hold on.
Okay.
Pot it up, man. Pot it up. Oh, listen to Elton go.
Go, brother, go. Always count on me.
Oh, Sedano.
Yeah.
Because Cappy didn't get a lot of response from all of us on his argument going into break. He doubled down in the YouTube chat. He
Right.
just wrote, the Rams are turning L.A. into a football town again.
That's right.
It takes a lot of winning, and they are doing it, period.
That's right.
Cappy, look what I got here.
Let me see.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mini burger.
Oh, that looks tasty.
From BurgerFi.
Sedano didn't bite on the bit.
Wow. No, because
Well-
we're all bored with you doing that. But the point is that I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point that the Rams are turning L.A. back into a football town. And here's the thing.
I mean,
When-
USC did a pretty good job of that in the 2000s, but okay.
No, but you're missing my point. Listen.
I think everybody's missed
No,
it.
no, actually not everybody is missing it. The point is that when the NFL came back to L.A., the NFL came back with NFL arrogance, which is we're going to put the NFL logo on the 50-yard line of the field, and everybody's just going to kiss our ass, and we're going to be number one in this town. The NFL underestimated that L.A. had moved on from the NFL. There were football fans, but there were football fans from all over the country. So when the Rams came back, it was like, okay, great, the NFL's back. Okay, they're playing in the Coliseum. Okay, they're pretty good. Yeah, they made a Super Bowl. They lost. Then they got into SoFi Stadium, and that was like, wow, the greatest stadium on the planet. Then they had more winning. Then they won a Super Bowl, and they did it in SoFi Stadium. But even still, for those of you guys that have been to a Dodger parade, it's millions of people. For those of you that happen to have been at the Rams parade, there were a few people. So even the Super Bowl was not quite enough at that time. But as the years have gone on, the city has fallen in love with Sean McVay. Matthew Stafford has become your quarterback. Puka Nacua is the guy that you didn't know coming out of college and has become your star player. Kyron Williams, to me, last night in particular, he was the tough guy in the cold. My point is you now have guys that you know, that you love, that are on your team every year, your coach, your quarterback, etc. And through the stadium and through community involvement and through winning, the Rams have taken hold of L.A., and they are the team of Los Angeles now. And they've turned L.A. back into an NFL football city. That's my opinion. Anybody bite on that?
No, but if you would have said it that way from the beginning as opposed to trying to compare them to the Lakers, then there would have been no issue.
Yeah,
Because
that
I don't
was better,
think that,
Cappy.
I don't
Appreciate
think
you.
that – I think that's where we got lost because, you know, you made it seem like, you know, because we've always, you know, tried to be the best partner we can with both teams and ultimately prioritizing where the season is. I don't think there was any that's where I lost you when you were doing it the first time. But I think that the Rams on their own, everything you said is 1,000% true. I don't think there's any question. I think we're all in lock and step with that. What the Rams have been able to create, we talked about this during the preseason when we were there at training camp. What the Rams have been able to create, we told this to Kevin Demoff, is really a testament to their hard work as an organization. And honestly, the results have to matter as well. Right. So, yeah, we are 100% now in agreement based off this commentary.
Yeah.
But you just lost us on, like, trying to compare one against the other, pit one against the other. That shouldn't be a thing. I do think, separately, again, that period, end, new paragraph. Yeah, like, obviously the Rams going to the NFC title game is awesome, and everyone should get behind this, in this community. Again, the Laker part of it, they're always going to have people, their loyalists, watching even a game against Toronto in January. Like, those two things are separate, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to really say is that the 40th regular season game is inconsequential in comparison to where we are in the football season and the Rams.
But who would deny that?
No, I'm just my only point is that when I got done with the Rams game last night, I actually wasn't really that interested in the Laker game because I was like, wow, the emotion of what I just watched. And the highs and the lows of what I was just feeling versus now getting into the 40th regular season game against Toronto didn't really do much for me last night.
Well, you know what it is, Cappy?
Tell me.
I feel like you may struggle with compartmentalism then in that situation.
Compartmentalism?
Yeah.
You just make that word up?
Compartmentalism, where you can just separate two things. This is like the high of highs. And then there is another season going on concurrently that started later that is only at the halfway point. And you have to have a level of perspective, understanding where that season is at this particular juncture.
Would we call that whole rant that Cappy just did again the Morning Wood? The top headline?
Yeah, I mean, I would honestly, you should have racked him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I deserved a little rackage.
The second time deserved a rack.
Yeah.
The first time, I think we were all lost.
That was the Morning Wood, brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, the home of the Morning Wood and the hardwood. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale, Shina.
Yeah, and listen, Cappy, it could have just been me because I'm on 3 hours of sleep and not good sleep to begin with. Because when I was sleeping on the first flight to Atlanta, the guy behind me, after about 2 hours, woke me up because he was, like, kicking the chair. And, because he wasn't comfortable. He was a big dude. And, like, I was just like, I turned around. I was like, come on, bro, please. We're all trying to sleep here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been me on the plane because, like I said, I do a lot of kicking, a lot of swinging.
Right.
A lot of yakking.
He reminded me of you a little bit.
Yeah. I know. It's bad.
And then I will give my partner, my seatmate on the second flight, a lot of credit.
Okay.
Because I put my hoodie over my head, right?
Leave me alone. That's an indication. Body language that says, don't talk to me.
AirPods in.
Yep,
sleeping,
don't bother me.
Like sleeping for this shorter flight of like 90 minutes. And then I finally got up, like I took my hoodie off, and the second I did that, this guy must have been, he had to go to the bathroom probably so bad. But he did not wake me up until I took my hoodie off, and he's like, he tapped me, he's like, can I go? And I was like,
now,
oh, yeah, man.
That's
sure.
very sweet. Very sweet. That's very considerate. I've always been that person that has been asleep in the aisle, and then the person next to me is like, hey, I got to go, so wake up, pal. And I'm like, that's rude.
This guy, very considerate. I
very
appreciated
nice.
him.
It's a nice seatmate. It really is. Very lovely.
And then, by the way, when he came back, I was like, you know what? I might as well go, too.
Oh, so when he came back,
right.
then
I
you
was
had
like,
to get up
I'll go to the bathroom
to let him
now.
in. Yeah. Also nice. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. All right, well, I think I've taken us off track somewhere along the way here in my comparison to how the Rams game was critical last night and the Laker game was inconsequential last night. I've taken us off track somewhere.
I don't know if it was inconsequential. I wouldn't go that far. I feel like that is a step too far as well. I mean, they all count.
Fair point. And again, are you guys impressed that I gave LeBron a little bit of love?
Sure. LeBron deserves a little love right now. And I think that the Lakers need to get any wins they can get at the moment because it's been a tumultuous time in their schedule here. And the schedule has not really ramped up just yet to the point where it's like ultra difficult, which will happen shortly after the football season is over.
Now, I gave LeBron credit and love for him playing on Saturday night against Portland in a lineup that he doesn't even belong in. Like, LeBron could have gone on the floor and went, have I ever played with you or you or you? No. Okay, now here's what I want you to do for me. You ready?
Yeah.
I want you to give DeAndre Ayton some love. on his
It was
performance
nice.
last
He
night.
had a fantastic game yesterday. He has been, let's say, to be kind, up and down at times regarding his impact. And it's kind of played out the way I've expected it to this point in the season where, he has a great game. He'll have some pretty good ones. He'll have some ones in there that look good but not really impactful, and then he'll have a stinker every once in a while. So the experience has been almost to a T what I expected to this point.
What he gets paid and what he has been.
Sure.
What
but
he
I'm
could
not,
be.
But that's not where I'm at. Like that's a nice, Trudell makes that argument too. And that's cool. And I've heard JJ actually make a similar case in the media. And what I would say to you is this is a guy that needs to be playing for his basketball life at the moment, because when you go from being the guy that gets bought out of $30-something million and are making $8 million, you need to play like last night every night with an urgency level like you had that every night to allow yourself to get back to where you should be, which is in that upper echelon of centers both statistically, impactfully, and financially.
Well, not sure if he's getting there or not, but on a night like last night, that was the kind of performance where DeAndre Ayton deserves at least a little bit of love from this show.
He played fantastic yesterday.
Mm-hmm. He sure did. God, I can't believe I was watching the Lakers last night.
You know what,
we're
Cappy?
going back to that,
you did it begrudgingly, which
Yes, I did.
Which I appreciate, but that's also part of the gig, as Chris would say.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris, you watched the game last night?
I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not the Rams game.
Now, it was on while I was working because I was still working on post-game and stuff, but it was on.
All right.
And I watched it till the end.
Inconsequential NBA game.
But not
Critical
really,
life and
because
death
here's the thing.
NFL
if
game.
they would have lost that game, we'd be talking about how they keep losing.
Right.
So it was pretty important, actually.
Yeah. I mean, if you
Glad
look
they
at,
won because it didn't take the shine away from the Rams.
Nobody. What are you talking
Why?
about?
But who's trying to take shine? Exactly. I don't.
I'm
even
here to
understand
tell
this.
you guys that the Rams are the story today, and that's
Yeah.
my only point.
Cappy, we literally did the first hour and 20 minutes of the show.
Not
we
enough.
talked about football.
Not enough. Bye-bye.
And then you went on this weird tirade about like the two franchises, but both are important. And the Rams at the moment should be prioritized. There's no question.
Let's talk about Prize Picks at 8:45, shall we?
Listen,
Let's do it.
Prize Picks is the place to be if you want sports action in the state of California, okay? It's very simple, okay? Download this Prize Picks app. Use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 lineup gets you a $50 lineup bonus. And then you think that's simple? Well, it's even more simple to play. It's more, it's less. There's a stat projection for every player in every sport imaginable. There's a bunch of them, actually. So for basketball, since we were just talking about that, you can look at points, rebounds, assists, steals, etc., blocks. You go more, you go less, and you can bundle a couple of players together from all sorts of different sports, and you can win cold hard cash.
Now, Chris, you can let the Italian stallion know, your uncle, who tells me all the time how bad of a Prize Picks player I am. It was a rough weekend. I had Bo Nix to throw an interception. Check, no problem. But I also had Josh Allen to score a touchdown. I figured there was going to be a Buffalo tush push. Did not happen. Also this weekend, I had C.J. Stroud to pass for more than half of a yard because that was a max discount square. No problem. But I also had Christian McCaffrey to score a rushing or receiving touchdown because I thought, well, Seattle's got to, they're going to give up a touchdown at some point, and McCaffrey's the most likely guy to get it. Didn't happen. And then to make matters worse, I had C.J. Stroud for less than 207.5 passing yards. He had 212. And I had Caleb Williams for less than 220.5 passing yards because I thought the weather was going to impact the passing game. And Caleb Williams had 257. 0 for 3 on Prize Picks. 0 for 4 in picks against the spread. And I bet on the Rams yesterday to win by 3.5, and I lost that. I lost it all this weekend. And I lost it all on Prize Picks, too. But I'm coming back tonight for the national championship game. I'll have my Prize Pick of the day coming up a little bit later on. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups.
Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
How would I know?
Yeah.
The Sedano Kap Morning Show on a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We continue the reaction. And Cappy telling us how the NFL is important. That's in 3 minutes from right now.
One day
On this day, we remember the message
I have a dream.
and the hope
Sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city.
ESPN LA
Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
710.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where legends rise and history is made. February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Tickets at genesisinvitational.com.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, it's DeMarco. Game day in LA just got a whole lot more intriguing. Hendrick's Gin, uncommonly crafted with cucumbers, roses, artistry, and imagination, brings a flavor that's anything but ordinary. As the official gin partner of SoFi Stadium and your Los Angeles Rams, we're inviting Rams fans everywhere to elevate the cocktail lineup and make every game refreshingly unique. Find your next winning drink play at HendricksGin.com. Please drink the unusual responsibly. Hendrick's Gin, 44% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com.
That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, Dion. I.
George Sedano.
LA, baby.
Scott Kaplan.
What's up, LA? Yeah.
What's up, LA?
Hey.
For Sedano and Kap right now.
8:52, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Monday. Cappy on this day in 2021, the number one hit, Olivia Rodrigo, Driver's License.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know she's popular with my daughters, I can tell you that right now.
That's why I played it.
Yeah, I don't really know Olivia Rodrigo's stuff, but my daughters all seem to.
Today's also Popcorn Day.
Oh, really?
Have some dry popcorn.
Just regular straight-up popcorn, huh?
John Daly used to say his diet for like a year was dry popcorn and Jack Daniels, and he lost like 50 pounds.
Ugh.
And
Yeah,
like
but
two packs of cigarettes.
His liver didn't survive all that
You know
well.
what, though? Here's what I got to say about John Daly. When you put him next to Tiger, now, this isn't about size, but John Daly oddly somehow looks healthier. He ain't sweating like I
don't know
Tiger,
about that.
but-
I saw Tiger the other day on TV on that, what do they call that?
The golf league?
Yeah, the TGL.
Oh, yeah, he looks good in the TGL.
He looked like he was in great shape that day when
I'm
I saw
not
him
talking about
a week
shape.
ago.
But when you see them out and about for an event, Tiger's sweating it up because he's on a bunch of painkillers. You know what I mean?
No.
That's what I mean.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
John Daly was great in the Happy Gilmore sequel.
He
that they
was,
did.
yeah. He was.
He
Happy
good in
Gilmore sequel was pretty terrible, though.
It was. It was just
No,
like, hey.
it was good. I
It was
enjoyed
exactly
It was
what
so
everyone
terrible.
thought it would be, right?
Exactly.
Honestly, there was like a halfway point where I was watching. I'll never forget. It was during my summer vacation, and I was watching. We were just, we were like at a beach town in Oregon, and I'm watching this at night, and I'm just like, how much longer is left in this movie?
No, it was long. It was long.
What
I'll
else
say
did
this.
you want from it, though? That was exactly what I wanted from that movie.
No, it was
Yeah.
brutal.
No,
like,
great.
oh,
Love
I
it.
didn't
right now,
finish
loved
it
it.
myself.
Coming to America Part 2 was a way better sequel 25 years later
Ooh,
than
no.
Happy Gilmore
yeah.
Part
Coming
2.
to America 2 was also not very good, but
No.
certainly better than Happy Gilmore.
Well, that's
2.
my point. That's
Yes.
exactly what I'm saying. For everybody that criticized it and hated it, it was better than the Happy Gilmore thing.
It was. Sorry, Adam.
Oh, Happy Gilmore. Oh, the price is wrong, biatch.
That's what I was hoping you.
That's Adam Sandler. There you go. Yeah.
Cappy.
Yo.
So we've got the Prize Picks Power Hour coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I think. What do you want to do there? Do you want to? We got to restart the Rams conversation. I think.
Right.
And then I guess at some point we got your Prize Picks, your play of the day, right, will involve this game tonight.
Right. Well, let's just pause for a quick second here and talk about that. Again, my heart tells me Indiana tonight because I love the Fernando Mendoza story. I love Kurt Signetti. I love how Indiana has gone from the worst program in college football to a national championship contender and a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
I love the Indiana story.
Right.
On the other hand, Miami, what I've seen Miami do in this playoff, and again, I was kind of down on Miami. You lose to SMU, you lose to Louisville. I'm like, Miami's not really that good. I love the fact, George, that we've not heard from Notre Dame in weeks because that was Notre Dame's big gripe. We belong in. Miami doesn't belong in. Wait a second. They beat you head-to-head. Doesn't matter. We're Notre Dame. My heart says Indiana. Something in my head is telling me Miami.
Let's talk about it more on the in the Prize Picks Power Hour after we talk some Rams football and them going to the NFC title game, and maybe we'll sneak in another a more tangible conversation about the Lakers and the old man.
Well, Rams are the lead today because
that's
the
why
NFL
we're starting
I
there.
mean,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You think the playmakers already got it going?
Oh, you know what? I actually just saw a video that the University of Miami put out that's narrated by him that is unfreaking believable.
I can't wait for his podcast. What's it going to be called?
I'll send it. I'll
Netflix?
send it in the group text, and we could just play the audio because it's just. I mean, he's obviously fantastic at that kind of stuff, and he does the thing that Cappy was wondering if he'd do, which I said he is doing. He's giving the kids all the credit here moving forward.
Prize Picks Power Hour is next.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
We've all said it for years. The Monday after Super Sunday should be a holiday. And this year, Yamava Resort and Casino is making it happen. This Sunday, January 25th, join Cappy, Morales, Bergman, and producer Lindsay at the 909 Sports Bar to watch the AFC and NFC Championship games. Show up and enter to win a VIP Super Sunday experience. A free room, incidentals covered, plus our Super Sunday watch party and the Monday after, live from Yamava. Be there January 25th at Yamava Resort and Casino to watch and win.
Not sure what to do this week? The answer is always Kasm.
If you're still watching NBA games on your phone or rewatching The Matrix on a flat screen, stop. Kasm delivers the ultimate immersive experience. And this week is the week to see it. Watch live NBA games like OKC Milwaukee and Golden State versus Dallas on massive, high-resolution displays surrounded by fans who actually react to every run, every dunk, every big moment. Then come back another day and experience immersive cinema like The Matrix or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in shared reality. The screen wraps around you and pulls you straight into the movie. And this week in the Premier League, Bournemouth takes on Liverpool in exciting soccer action. And this weekend in both the Dome and Hall, the AFC and NFC Championship games. The Hall features wall-to-wall multi-view sports, so you can catch every game at once with no remote required. There's a full menu of local food favorites, craft cocktails, and beers. And top it off at the deck, Kasm's panoramic rooftop bar with incredible views. Get tickets and full event details now at Kasm.com. That's your Kasm calendar.
When you focus on work, TV, or your phone, you blink less. Blinking keeps eyes moist and comfortable, so remind yourself to blink more often. This National Eye Care Month tip is sponsored by VisionWorks. See the difference.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
4th down, they need 4 to keep the game alive. Williams in the shotgun, 3 to his left. He has it, back to pass, drifting away from Verse. He spins out, he's all the way back to the 40. He heaves to the end zone. It's caught with a push-off. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet's. That's got to be offensive PI. He discarded the defender. It'll go as a 14-yard touchdown, but Caleb retreated all the way out to the 40 before he threw it.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
2nd down, 8 after the run for 2. Bears across midfield from the 48. Deep drop from Caleb Williams. Bounces, looks, lets it go. It is intercepted! Picked off! A diving interception at the 22-yard line! Cameron Curl saves the day! The 3rd interception of Caleb Williams and the Bears. This one comes in overtime. Out of the hold of Ethan Evans, here it comes to send the Rams to Seattle for the NFC Championship game. It's good! The Rams win it 20-17 in overtime. Money Mevis from Warsaw, Indiana. He joined LA mid-season. His rookie campaign continues with an overtime walk-off winner in the divisional round.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now? Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro. Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
How do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. On 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app. And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Give me a freaking break.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
What a catch by the tight end. Dungus. Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
I've danced with the devil. It is smooth, baby. Yeah.
Chris, do you think I talked to my agent about what a mental midget you are every day?
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams. It's Sedano and Kap.
Thank you, Matthew Stafford.
Who was filling in for me earlier? Was it Bergman at the beginning of the show?
Yes, Bergie was doing a little bing bong.
It sounded good.
Yeah, thanks. Come on, Berg, let's do it. Come on. Bing, bong, bong,
What happened to the Love Boat?
Oh, he did it early.
Where's the megaphone?
It's in my office. Just transporting the freaking megaphone has just become,
Why don't you just have one in every site?
Yeah, why don't you just I told you we'd put in for the budget. I'd text someone that needed to be texted for that.
Oh, you did?
No, I would.
Oh.
But Chris told me not to.
Yeah, we don't need that. 9:03 in 15 seconds.
What are you talking about?
Just tell me what you want. I'll order it. I'll pay for it. It's not that. How much could it be?
$500?
No.
There's no chance.
They're going for anywhere from 15 to 30 bucks.
Cappy's trying to pocket $450 right there all of a sudden.
Can you help me out here, bro?
Let me tell you this. Cappy is a slime ball and would absolutely pocket the money.
100%. Oh, yeah. If that's what makes me a slime ball, then yeah, I'm a slime ball. Chris, it's going to cost $500 for the new megaphone. And then I go get it for $30.
Yeah.
I pocket $470.
He tells me on Friday.
You're like an insurance company, like charging premiums. Sorry,
he said it in our group text.
What's
hey,
up?
Chris, are we going to watch the game tonight or Monday? And I looked at it and I went, I wasn't planning to stay Monday night, but yeah, I'll stay Monday night. I'll watch the game with Cappy. That makes sense anyway. I'm going to say
right,
Tuesday.
But you're not there.
Then he texted yesterday, oh, no, that's not going to happen. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I already made hotel plans. No, I was thinking about it. No, which is code for, yeah, I'd rather just stay home on Monday, which is fine. But, were you going to give me a heads up at any point?
Yeah, I did. I gave you a heads up. Ample amount of time.
Slime ball.
Ample amount of time. I looked at George's schedule. I knew that Brian Windhorst was going to be in studio on Wednesday. I didn't want to leave Windy on Wednesday by himself.
No, actually, that's right. He threw Lindsay under the bus.
How did I throw her under
and
the
it
bus?
was like, let me suggest, Lindsay suggested I should do this.
I just said on Friday, I said, hey, if that wants to be one of your days here, he'll be here in studio with us Wednesday.
That's right. She did.
I didn't know anything about your Monday
God forbid
plans.
you're here 3 days.
I was here 3 days last week.
So
I know
what?
he was, yeah.
Yeah. This week I'm going to be out at Yamava. Be out at Yamava on Sunday.
You're getting paid a separate fee for that.
You are getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a lot of time.
That doesn't. You're getting paid for your time.
Right, but you're getting compensated for that
Yeah,
one.
that
That one
doesn't
you can't chalk. Cappy, I'm with you. I'm fighting the good fight with you.
Yeah, thanks.
That doesn't
And
include
and really for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been home one day. I will be home one day in like 2 week span here in my house, let alone in the studio. I will fight the good fight for you here, but yeah, you're getting paid for that one.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't really like an option,
No, it wasn't an option. You're right. It was not an option.
Right, exactly. I'll be at Yamava on Sunday if anybody wants to hang out. They got they got great Chinese food. They got great pizza.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of amazing food.
That big steak we had there that one time?
Massive steak, bone-in, ribeye, or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was delicious.
By the way,
chefs there are incredible.
So Sedano, since you're a big IF guy, intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
This was the first time I was able to do. I did 21 hours.
Nice.
Which this is the first time I've done a long fast since all the medical stuff. So I'm very proud of myself. I didn't have a headache or feel weird because of all the medication I'm on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because all the medication?
Yeah.
Well, you got to feel how your body's going to react.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. I actually want to do at some point sooner. It's funny you said that because I actually started to do some research. I want to do a 72-hour fast.
Oh,
they say it's a good thing.
Oh.
No, it is the ultimate thing. And so I want to do it, but I need to find a window of time where it makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's a video floating around from the Joe Rogan show that Kevin James, he lost all that weight, that he did like a 5-month fast.
No, I mean, that's ridiculous.
All he did was have water and salt for his electrolytes and then coffee.
Really? For 5 months?
That's what they say.
That can't be healthy.
No, it doesn't sound good at all. I've got some friends that do this, though, every year. They're like, oh, yeah, it's my 5-day fast. I'm like, what?
Oh, no, that's very Phil Mickelson does that all the time.
Yeah, I have done a not a fast, but like a juice fast. Have you guys ever heard of one of these deals?
Yeah,
where they give you
cleanse.
But that's not a fast.
A cleanse, right.
Because juice has sugar, so you're
right.
not. Yeah.
So, but it's like 5 days, and it's like, I'm going to lose all this weight. I'm going to clean out my body. And then, of course, you get to the end of 5 days if you can make it. And then you're like, somebody get me a double cheeseburger immediately.
Well, that's not what you're supposed to have immediately.
Well, that's what happens.
You're supposed to have like bone broth.
Yeah. Well, that's not what happens.
Yeah. And then you can work your way into like maybe some some scrambled eggs and something like that.
You want to go heavy protein and healthy fats, Cappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little avocado,
That's what I broke the fast with, a big giant avocado.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So, yeah, I do want to do a 72 at some point. Probably, I don't know. I'll figure out a time where it makes sense.
And in that 72 hours, it's water, black coffee, anything else?
Tea.
You can have electrolyte drinks as long as they don't have calories.
Yeah. So salt, potassium, magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have diet, like zero sugar soda, or anything carbonated, like stuff that doesn't have calories, basically.
Oh, it just sounds miserable.
It's really not. You
Yeah,
feel
but
amazing.
it's really good. You get autophagy, Cappy, which means you're regenerating your cells. You're basically rebooting your entire system at 72 hours.
And what my understanding is that after you get past like the first day and a half, you're highly energetic.
Yes.
Because your body is kind of eating up all the fats and so on.
Well,
so
the Italian's telling you, and he only eats like twice a week.
I've made it as far as 44 hours. But then, unfortunately, I didn't have enough of a runway because I had to travel, and that became more challenging. But, yeah, 44 is the longest I've gone.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to do a show challenge. 72-hour fast. Who can make it?
Well, Sedano and I can.
I wouldn't even try.
Although I've never done 72 hours. I've done 36 and I think 42.
Yeah, I think Cappy could do it if he put his mind to
Yeah,
it.
you
I think
could.
you can do almost
if I just
anything,
decide,
Cappy,
if I
when
just
you
make
put
up my
your
mind that I'm doing it. It's like my daughter this weekend. You know, she sent me a text,
Yeah.
and she sent me a text, and she said, "Hey, Dad, have you had any alcohol
Hey,
yet?"
Dad.
She said, "Hey, Dad, have you had any alcohol yet in 2026?"
Are you dry January?
No. So I
Oh.
said to her, yes, I had a little bit of alcohol last weekend when I was up in Mammoth, and I had a little bit of alcohol this past weekend. I said, why do you ask? And she said, well, you know I'm doing dry January. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, but everywhere I go, all my friends, we're all watching the football games, and everybody's drinking, and I'm not drinking. And I go, so what's the problem? And what she was asking me, George, she was saying to me, give me validation. Tell me that you've made it 2+ weeks. Tell me that it's okay. You can go have a beer with your friends. And I said to her, hey, you committed to trying to make it all the way through dry January. It's really not that hard. You made up your mind you were going to do it, so stick with it. You said you're going to take it to the finish line. And you know what I said to her? I said, order a soda water with a lime. Tell everybody you're drinking vodka soda. That's my trick. And nobody will know the difference. Like, don't just say you're going to do it and then not finish the task. Finish what you start. That was my message. And that's for all the young kids out there. You hear what I'm saying to you? You say you're going to do something, you
Then
freaking do it.
Yeah.
You finish what you started, kids.
You know what I would say? I would say anyone who has a problem with you doing dry January, they're not your friend to begin with.
Good
Hey,
point,
you
Lindsay.
tell them, Linz.
Very true.
You tell them, Linz. That's exactly right. All right, so, George, I'm taking a look now at tonight, Miami and Indiana. You are down in Miami. It looks like a gorgeous day. Hard Rock Stadium looks incredible. I love this storyline of Fernando Mendoza is the kid from Miami that wasn't really recruited by Miami, and then he went to Cal Berkeley, and he had a really nice couple of years.
He was going to go to Yale. Don't forget that. Yeah.
Okay, forgot about that part of it.
Yeah.
Goes to Berkeley, plays well, transfers to Indiana, and in 1 year wins the Heisman Trophy, has Indiana in the national championship game. Their story is awesome. Mendoza's a part of it. Kurt Cignetti is a big part of it, obviously, as well. Yeah. Indiana, the brand, basketball school, never been good in football, elevates to this level where they're in the national championship game. And on the other side of it, you got this kid, Carson Beck, who was part of a couple of national championships at Georgia, even though he wasn't the guy at the time. You brought up an interesting part of this story a couple weeks ago. He was hurt at Georgia. Didn't know if he'd ever play football
again. He had the
again.
Brock Purdy injury, right, yeah.
Goes to Miami. He
has also made noise like Brock Purdy, yes.
And Beck is sort of an interesting character because when he gets to Miami, he's getting paid a lot of money. He's flashy, Lamborghini. He's just kind of an interesting character. So you got on one side, you got this flashy
car got stolen.
guy.
Don't forget that part.
Right. You got this flashy kid at Miami. And then on the other hand, you got this cute little sweetheart from Indiana.
He was also dating a Cavender twin for a number of years.
Right. Yes. So tonight you've got this great story of and Miami's intertwined in it all.
And then allegedly now there's he's not dating her because, as Chris would say, he's probably been around too much Miami heat, as
really?
Chris would say.
Yeah, well,
I'm assuming so. I mean, he's a young fella.
Right. A lot of heat. He got a lot of money. Big star quarterback at the U.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, kids. So I just love all these storylines of Miami's return to glory, Indiana, the first time ever being here.
A lot of Indiana fans, because this studio is in a hotel. And when I walked in, there were a lot of Indiana fans in the lobby.
Well, this is the other kind of part of tonight's game that I haven't even mentioned yet, which is Miami is playing in their home stadium.
Correct.
Now
they will have their home locker room as well.
But you know this. Look, if this were Ohio State and they were playing this game at the Horseshoe, this would be all Ohio State fans.
Right, but they wouldn't be playing, the national championship at the Horseshoe.
No, but I'm making an example, which is this, that Miami does not have this incredible home field advantage in college football.
I mean, they did in the Orange Bowl days, I think.
But that's my point, is that in the Orange Bowl days...
and I would actually push back. I was at the Notre Dame game, and it was like 90-10, basically.
But when you play Notre Dame, you get a crowd. When you play Louisville, the place is half empty. When you play SMU, the place is half empty. It's not convenient for students to get to where Miami plays.
It's like 25 miles away. It's very similar to like UCLA's setup in a lot of ways.
And that's exactly it. So UCLA, when they play a big game, they would actually have fans there. But when they're playing against, frankly, in Indiana last year, when nobody knew that Indiana was going to be good, nobody shows up for those games. Right. And that's the same thing for Miami. So while Miami is playing in their home stadium, and you point out that they've got their home locker room, will they really have a home field advantage tonight? My guess is that there'll be more Indiana fans.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I had to guess, I think because Miami hasn't been here in 23 years, at worst, it'll be a 50-50 split, but I would imagine they will have more fans than Indiana fans.
Indiana has never been anywhere near where they are tonight.
Right. No, of course not. You pointed out they were up until this year, they were the losingest program in college football history.
And listen, Mark Cuban, just as an example, has become the face now of rich guys who want to pump money into NIL because
they
never
got a lot of money after selling 70% of the Mavs.
They never thought in their lives they'd ever see Indiana football where they are tonight. And then you have other people who, were never like proud Indiana Hoosier alums that all of a sudden are like, dude, my team's here. And it's 30 years after I graduated, so I'm really into it.
Well, I'm not saying he's one of these guys, but I don't know if you caught Troy Aikman and Joe Buck talking about the game when they were promoting the game. And Joe Buck went to IU as well,
right?
And he said he said on the broadcast, "I haven't been this giddy about anything since I was 10 years old." He said on the air.
Yeah, and that's just it. Is like if you would have said to me 2 weeks ago, "Where'd Joe Buck go to college?" I'd be like, I don't know, somewhere in Missouri, maybe. He's from St. Louis, kind of thing. I don't know. But now he's an Indiana guy, and Cuban the same deal. And there are plenty of others that, especially media personality types, that I didn't know where they went to school. Yeah. And so I am curious to see what happens tonight. Do the Indiana fans take over? Do the Miami community support this team and show up? Is it a home game for Miami?
I mean, ticket prices for this game, Cappy, are Super Bowl prices. Like, the get-in is $3,000, $4,000.
Come on. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Had no idea. Yeah. Had no idea. But, again, I would think the demand is there because Indiana's going to travel because they've never been here before.
Right.
When Georgia plays TCU in SoFi, TCU's a small school, and Georgia's like, yeah, we've been there. We've done that before. But this is Miami's return to glory, and this is Indiana's first and only shot thus far.
But the incentive for the local fan base is you don't have to spend money on hotels and flights and all that, which if you were going to, like, I don't know, the Sugar Bowl or something to play the national championship or the Rose Bowl or wherever, you'd have to spend a couple grand to do that trip anyway. So I would imagine that those that are the diehards will go. And the beauty of this game will be that you already kind of illustrated that, is that I think that I personally think you're going to have a very competitive game. I think this game could look very similarly to the Ohio State game. I'm not saying the result is necessarily going to be the same, but although if I was picking a side, I would pick the Canes because I don't think that, much like Ohio State, I don't think Indiana has seen a pair of lines of scrimmage as good as this team has. And I think that will probably, in the end, play out. That'll be the biggest reason it plays out the way it plays out. But turnovers can change anything. I mean, you have one bad mistake here or there, and that changes the game and can swing momentum very quickly, especially with 18 to 22-year-old kids.
Well, that's why I was saying to you earlier, my head says Miami because of their offensive line and their defensive line. My heart says Indiana because I love the story.
It's Radio Rinaldi. It's the ultimate Radio Rinaldi.
I just love the story. Yeah. So I don't listen. If I were smart, I would just go with my head rather than my heart, because when I look back to this past weekend, I took Buffalo because I thought Josh Allen was going to will the Bills to a win. Right. I took San Francisco because I caught myself up in they're so resilient. Look what they've done. Look how they've gotten here. And I should have dealt with reality, which is they've run out of gas. They've run out of bodies in San Francisco. Right. You know, the only one that I really played with my heart over the weekend really was the Rams. You know, because again, I questioned all week long, how does a team go from 80-degree temperatures in Southern California and show up in Antarctica? And they found a way to get it done. They did. But my head says Miami. My heart says Indiana.
A buddy of mine just sent me a thing a little while ago. You know, College Game Day did like a morning edition today. And they ran this piece I did with Mario Cristobal when he first came back, where he and I went out on the town and we drank Cuban coffee together and we had like lunch together. And I didn't realize they would re-rack that and run that. But it was cool to see that they ran it in their show this morning. But, yeah, look, I think that there's a lot of storylines here. For those that aren't very familiar with the matchup, you already mentioned Fernando Mendoza, was a Miami kid, literally grew up, walking distance from the school, wanted to go there. Manny Diaz was the head coach at the time, did not recruit him. But nobody did, right? Like he was going to Yale and then by happenstance ends up at Cal because someone saw him play and then ended up there. So he was kind of a diamond in the rough in that scenario. And then on the other side, you have the other Cuban in Mario Cristobal, played at the University of Miami, grew up in Miami, two-time champion as a player at Miami. And many people thought he was crazy to leave Oregon to come back to his alma mater. And, 4 years later, he's got them in the national championship game because I would say he's the best recruiter in the sport. It's funny. Somebody once told me, coaches, this, Cappy, as well as anyone, they have a lot of them have, different hobbies or whatever. Most of them like golf or whatever, right? And I remember asking once someone, hey, what are Cristobal's hobbies? And he goes, recruiting. So, like that's just why he's as good as he is. It's why Nick Saban hired him many, many years ago to be his elite, number one recruiting guy. And, shout out to Saban, too. The Final Four of Oregon, Indiana, Miami, and Ole Miss, all four of the head coaches were Saban guys. They were all on his staff at one point. And I'm talking about Pete Golding. I'm not even talking about Lane Kiffin, as we know, was on his staff, the current head coach of Ole Miss. So, Nick Saban still has his footprint very much in college football in a lot of ways beyond just being on College Game Day.
So I'm looking at Curt Cignetti's staff, George, and I've already found my next head coach of my alma mater, the University of Pittsburgh.
Wait, did they fire Narduzzi?
No, they haven't fired him yet, unfortunately.
Oh, you're going to fire him?
No,
is what you're
well,
saying.
I'd love to, but here's the thing. Sometimes these coaches are so smart, they get these jobs, and they'll be willing to take less in terms of their annual salary.
Their AAV, as Greg pointed out, with Kyle Tucker having a high AAV the other day.
Right. I'll take less in terms of my annual salary, but I'll take more in terms of a buyout, right. which makes it convenient to say we don't want to buy the guy out. Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't want to buy him out. He costs too much money. Yeah. So in the case of my guy, Narduzzi, he costs too much money to buy out. But there's a coach on the Indiana staff, is the offensive coordinator of Indiana.
Yeah.
And his name is Mike Shanahan. Right? I
Any
want to make
relation?
Sure. No relation to Mike or Kyle Shanahan. But this guy, Shanahan, was I would say a decorated tight end at the University of Pittsburgh when Curt Cignetti was an offensive coordinator there.
Panthers, here we go.
Pittsburgh's going to the natty. I mean, I hope so one day. That would be like Indiana. But don't give me that. Don't give me that. Don't give me that look. Hey, if Indiana can make it to the national
I
championship,
guess that's fair.
I mean, come on, man. That gives
that's fair.
Indiana gives everybody in college football hope
No
that
question.
someday.
Yeah,
right?
you know what, Gabby? You are 1,000% right. There's no question that's the case. And that's why when people scoff at me that I think USC will be a playoff team next year, we'll see how it plays out.
Well, Mario Cristobal definitely beat Lincoln Riley to the punch, right? I mean, for all the talk about Miami will have all this money.
They came in the same year. They both left high-level programs to come to another program. Yeah.
So this kid, Mike Shanahan, who's the offensive coordinator from Indiana, he's not related to Mike Shanahan, the former Broncos coach. He's not related to Kyle Shanahan, who's Mike Shanahan's son. There's no relation there. Yeah. But this kid, Mike Shanahan, was, like I said, a decorated tight end and played for Cignetti back in the day at Pitt when Cignetti was the offensive coordinator. And so I'm just rooting for this kid, Mike Shanahan, to take some of that Cignetti magic and bring it home.
Well, we'll see. Speaking of magic, Sean McVay, do you know he now has 10 playoff wins?
And he's not even 40 years old.
Right. So
next week he will be. Next weekend.
Don Shula got his 10th. Now, Don Shula, many decades before Sean McVay was even born, let alone coaching still. But Don Shula was the youngest coach for a very long time, many years ago, and he won 10 playoff games by age 45. Right. Sean is not even – he's 5+ years, having done it 5+ years sooner than the great Don Shula, who is the all-time winningest coach. And I just think the cool part of that is, his grandson is also the defensive coordinator of the Rams, which is pretty cool. And he'll probably, I don't know if he'll be a head coach this cycle, but I think there's a real chance that he might be.
Well, he's definitely getting a bunch of interviews. The story was that on Friday of last week, this is going into the NFL playoff weekend, that Chris Shula had done, I want to say, 4 interviews. Maybe it was 5 on Friday. So these are Zoom interviews. He's in his office.
One of them, by the way, was the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Where his granddad was the coach for so many years.
It wouldn't shock me if now, with Buffalo's job opening up now, it wouldn't surprise me. Listen, I don't know if Chris Shula is a great coach. I don't know. I don't know
if I'm Buffalo, just me, I would probably want someone with some experience because of how close you are.
I would also, and this is just for me, I want an offensive guy, not a defensive guy.
Well, your last guy was a defensive guy. Last guy was a defensive guy.
Because I've got the quarterback. Okay, and I look at what Chicago has accomplished this year.
But you know what else they need there in Buffalo? A better general manager.
Well, it looks like the general manager's staying.
The guys that, he's throwing to, like Shakir is good, but they act like he's Tyreek Hill in his prime. Like he's not that good. and Cooks got there like 6 weeks ago. Hardman, who used to play for the Chiefs, is there, and he got there like a month ago. Like, it's just they really have done a poor job. They have good tight ends and clearly a good running back and a good offensive line, but the receiver position has always kind of lacked, particularly after Stephon Diggs left 2 years ago.
Yeah. I would go for more of an offensive-minded coach if I were the Bills, just because I already have the quarterback. But here's the thing about Chris Shula. I look at Chris Shula, the defensive coordinator of the Rams, and with that name – and with his experience, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I like the idea of a Shula taking over the Steelers. Yeah. If I'm the Dolphins, I do like the romantic storyline of Don Shula's grandson comes home to coach the Dolphins. I love that storyline.
Although he's not the favorite. It looks like Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator for the Packers, who was also a head coach in college, at Boston College, where he actually had them, like, good, like competitive is what I would say, like going to bowl games regularly, which is not always the case, as you know. He is actually the front runner there, not Chris Shula, the son of Don Shula, or the grandson, of Don Shula.
Yeah, I don't know Hafley. I don't remember him at Boston College.
I do know Hafley a little bit. I did. I did some of his games. My first year in the ACC was his last year.
So what are we talking about? 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember him at Boston College. But I do love again, here's my thought. I don't know if Chris Shula is a great head coach or will be a great head coach. I don't know. But here's what I do know. You got all the pedigree from grandpa and dad and uncle and everybody else who's been in the coaching profession your whole life.
And the Sean McVay glow.
And that's just it. You know, you've been McVay's roommate in college. And then it's not like McVay just said to him, hey, listen, I became a head coach. You become the defensive coordinator. I mean, Shula did rise through the ranks.
Oh, no question.
And it's not as if McVay just said to him again, hey, my dad owns a company and you're my best friend, so here, you become the CEO. I mean, he really did have to go through the process, Chris Shula.
Yeah.
And now, when you look at yesterday's game, some people might say, look, the Rams' defense over the last 4 or 5 weeks of the regular season, that was kind of part of their issue. But I would argue this. Like, when you look at the Rams, the strength of their defense, pass rush, and I would call it front seven.
Yes.
And I would say the weakness of the Rams' defense, even though they had 3 interceptions yesterday, is secondary.
Yeah.
We've watched them get burned a ton of times during the regular season, especially that Carolina game comes to mind in Week 13 that they lost.
Yeah.
So I can't blame Chris Shula for a lack of personnel. In fact, I would argue that he's done a lot with the personnel that he has.
Correct.
So this coaching cycle is so interesting to me because the Rams have 3 guys that are all getting head coaching consideration.
Yeah.
Including one guy we never even heard of before, the passing game coordinator.
Yeah. I will say this. I feel confident the Rams are going to beat Seattle in Seattle.
I'm marinating on that because the word confident.
I'm confident they're going to win. I'm confident that they are the better team. I'm confident that they should have won both games already.
There's no doubt. There is no doubt they should have won both games.
And I think that you give Sean look, the way I look at it is, if you're giving Sean McVay a third shot at a team, I feel confident that they're going to be able to make it work this time. Like, in a way that, I mean, they did make it work the second time. They were a much better offensive team in the second game than they were in the first game. And I think that the revenge factor that you've noted in the past is there. I think, clearly, as I'm mentioning, the familiarity is there. And look, I'm not taking anything away from Mike McDonald because he's kind of like defensive Sean McVay. He loves to throw wrinkles in there consistently on the defensive side because much like Sean is the play caller on offense, McDonald is calling defenses. So it's going to be a fun chess match. But I just think that if you're Chris Shula, I think you want to force Darnold to have to throw the ball. I sell out on the run and say, all right, Sam Darnold, try to beat us.
Right. Listen, I totally agree in that you have to force Sam Darnold, who is dealing with an oblique injury, which, by the way, a week from now could be worse than it was this past weekend.
Yeah.
Because you go through practice. Look, they're going to do everything they can do to prepare him. I'm sure they'll probably shoot him up so he doesn't feel a damn thing. But the injury
that stuff
actually
wears off because I can tell you that different sport, but I'll never forget. I was covering the 2005 Eastern Conference Finals, okay? And it was Shaq had just gotten traded from the Lakers to the Heat. So it was their first conference finals, okay, together. So 04-05 season. And Dwayne Wade had this same rib oblique injury, okay? And they shot him up for Game 7. And he was awesome in the first half. And then you can only take the one shot, as you know. And in the second half, you could see him wincing, right? And he didn't play as well in the second half. So to me, that's the thing. Like, Sam could look fine in the first half, but how is he going to look in the second half of that game when that thing starts to wear off some, especially in a way more physical sport like football?
You know, you say confident, though, that the Rams are going to go into Seattle and win. I'm going to take the Rams. It's Monday, but I'm taking the Rams because I kind of promoted this entire thing. Go to Carolina, get that win, check. Go play in cold weather, prove that you can win, cold, check. And then go to Seattle and win a game because you lost a fluky game.
Well, this week, we only got 2 games, right? And this last week, our total points, potential points, was 22. This week, it's going to be 23. Rams are going to probably be my 12 or my 11. There's only 2 options. So
you're going to go 12 or 11? Cap.
12, 11, 11, 12. I don't know yet. I don't know. But I'll just say this. You know, Travis Rogers said something interesting last night during the Rams postgame show.
Oh, look at you listening to the postgame.
So you listened to that but didn't watch the Lakers?
Watched the Lakers, but actually saw Travis say this on social media. So great job by the social media team. He said this, George, and I thought it was really interesting. He said that when you look at the point total between Seattle and the Rams in the two games that they played this year, there was a 1-point difference in favor of the Rams.
Right.
And then he talked about another stat. Gosh, it's got to come to me. And again, it was a 1-point differential in favor of the Rams.
Right.
So Travis's point was well made. And Travis, I know you're listening this morning. Great job. His point was these two teams played two incredibly close games. Remember, the Rams beat the Seahawks 21-19 in L.A., earlier in the season. And then they lost 38-37. So the point differential and the yardage differential and everything else is like 1 in favor of the Rams.
Right.
I would just say this, and it's only Monday, so we'll have plenty of time to think this thing out as the week goes on. Better coach, Rams or Seahawks? What do you think?
Rams.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not trying to take away. I'm not trying to take away from what Seattle's coach has accomplished.
Mike McDonald's really good, man.
He's a very good coach.
But I would take Sean. I think the Rams have the best coach-quarterback combo in the sport at the moment.
And that's it for me. Coach, quarterback. Listen, Sam Darnold's had an amazing couple of years. Sam Darnold's career, he could have been a guy who could have gone back to Orange County and he could have lived the rest of his life happily and wealthy.
Yeah.
But Sam Darnold is a guy who's got it in his mind, in his heart, that he still wanted to be great. And he wasn't going to let the New York Jets situation or the Carolina Panthers situation dictate who he became. And what he accomplished in Minnesota going 14-3 and then getting knocked out in the first round of the playoffs and then getting starting quarterback money to go to Seattle and become their franchise quarterback and lead them to the number 1 seed and the NFC Championship game in their home stadium, it's been a phenomenal 2 years for Sam Darnold. And as much as Sam Darnold has won big games here recently, meaning beating San Francisco at the end of the regular season, beating San Francisco down this past weekend, beating the Rams late in the year, all of these things are what people have been waiting for. Can Sam Darnold win the big game? But he's never been in this kind of a big game, and the Rams have. And so I'm definitely taking the Rams as well. Part of it is homer pick, but I'm talking myself into everything else. You use the word confident. I'm not so sure I'm there yet. Maybe I will be by Friday.
I mean, you were confident in saying that the Rams have taken the town.
They sure have.
So why can't you take the next step?
Oh, the Rams are going to win the game. Just my confidence level is it's going to be a very close game.
Oh, yeah, of course it's going to be a close game.
Maybe like that Denver Buffalo game where, man, it is a total flip of the coin how it all pans out. All right, hear that music.
I'm getting tired, Cappy.
I know.
I need more coffee.
I can tell. Well, that burger probably didn't help either.
It was just tiny, though. It wasn't a big burger.
But it
a lot of
really
carbohydrates
good.
in that.
Looked really good.
So
though.
early in the day.
I mean, I had a beautiful breakfast at the American Express Centurion Lounge in Atlanta. It was I had some eggs, a little avocado toast, very small slice of bread on the avocado toast. I had some yogurt with blueberry Greek yogurt, unsweetened.
Okay. Want to make sure
some
we know it's
blueberries,
Greek.
fresh blueberries, and coconut shreds.
Does anybody eat regular yogurt anymore?
I don't
feel
know.
like everybody's gone Greek on that.
They have, huh? Is everybody?
Well, but you got to get the unsweetened.
Yeah. Well, even though if you want a treat, a sweet treat, then get the sweetened and just don't eat it all the time. Have it once in a while.
I like that vanilla. Is it the brand Oikos?
Yeah, Oikos vanilla is nice.
Yeah, it's good.
You like a good vanilla bean?
Yeah, the vanilla bean's nice.
It's good.
Oh, let's talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie. I hear he likes vanilla bean too.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Jacob is a likable, lovable kind of guy. And here's the thing: if you get into an accident, Cappy, it's very simple. Okay, you call the new number 800-345-6789. And today is MLK Day, a day to pause, reflect, honor a man who stood for courage, service, and taking care of people who felt powerless. And for a lot of us, it's a day off. But here's the truth. Accidents don't take days off. Drunk drivers, unfortunately, do not take days off. Insurance companies definitely do not take days off, and neither does Jacob and Ronnie. So if you're hurt today or over the weekend, sorry about that, Cappy,
no, you're good.
And you're sitting there thinking, of course this happens on my day off, please hear me. You're not alone, and you don't have to figure this out by yourself, Cap.
Nope. That's why you call Jacob. The law offices of Jacob and Ronnie, the moment you call, you're going to get real guidance, real protection, and a team that understands the games that insurance companies like to play. For example, they want you to say things like, oh, it wasn't really a big deal. It's just nothing. Or they want to get you to rush into a quick, low offer before you even know what you're dealing with. So that's why, George, we recommend everybody call that number that's so easy to remember, that everybody call Jacob.
800-345-6789. Jacob and Ronnie, also the chosen legal partner of your Los Angeles Rams. He shows up for his clients with the same pride and commitment.
All right, that's good. That was like 90 seconds.
Yeah, earlier today I did a 90-second read also, and I said it's a beautiful script.
Yeah, but we got to start tightening these things up.
It's a great script, but it's long.
Yeah.
Well, you better tell your script writers, Christopher, to tighten them up.
I have.
What'd they say?
We're tightening about the bait. Well, we're working on it.
They're like, hey, it's pretty good. It was a 4-minute spot. We got it down to 90 seconds. What's the problem?
All right, speaking of tightening up, we're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back with Fun and Frivolity right here at the Prize Picks Power Hour on ESPN LA.
On this day, we remember the message
I have a dream
and the hope
sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city.
ESPN LA,
Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
710.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
We are such a bunch of weirdos that work at this radio station. Seriously.
Sedano and Kap have taken over Morning Drive. Back to the guys.
9:40. Good morning. Happy birthday. She turns 44 today. She played the role of Stephanie on Full House. Jodie Sweetin, who's the middle daughter. I mean, given a lot of the stories she's told, she's lucky to be alive, you know?
That's true.
All right, Cappy, a lot of insight on that one.
I don't know her. I don't know her stories.
You didn't watch Full House?
I mean, I know Full House. I mean, I'm definitely familiar with the show. You know, but what was her deal?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Man, we are sniffing fumes to the finish line today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired too.
What do you mean sniffing fumes? Cappy and I just did a really good football segment for like 35 minutes.
Right. Where were you?
Yeah, but then you stretched. You're like, I'm tired today.
Well, I stretched because we were about to do the read.
Oh, all right.
Is he going to do the script or no?
Yeah, nobody sent it to me.
Oh, yeah.
George sent him a script.
On this day,
Oh, yeah. Let me forward that to you.
Also, this day in 1993, Fox expanded their primetime lineup to do 7 days a week, which was a big deal because ABC, NBC, and CBS had never had competition, a fourth competitor in the marketplace. All right, Cappy, giving me a lot of
remember that.
too,
Yeah, because they used to only just do the weekends, right? At first, it was just
it was the weekends, and then they did like Thursdays, right?
Right, they built it out.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, slowly, yeah.
Anything, Cappy, or are you just?
It was just such a funny. It's so funny you mentioned this because I just remember being younger and like being a kid and being like, wow. So wait, so there's a fourth network now? Because we were all just, for anybody who's so much younger than all of us, we had 3 TV channels and that was it. And for those of you that remember, you remember, and those of you that are kids, you're like, what do you mean you had 3 TV channels? I've never heard of such a thing. I mean, it was a big deal when we got cable in 1980, whatever it was, you know? So, George, if you send me the script, I'm going to show you the way it's supposed to be done.
I'm going to forward it to you right now, bro.
Okay.
While he sends you the script, let's read from the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff Daily
Cappy,
Calendar, which is a feature we do.
I'm sending it to your Gmail, Cappy.
Which is a feature we do every day from the book Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. On Mondays, we read 2 days because we get the weekend and the Monday calendar. So this
I'm also
one's-
sending
all
it
right.
to the entire crew so they can read along with you.
Okay, so they can see how good it is.
Here's Saturday, Sunday, January 17th and 18th. Don't sweat the small stuff. Life is so full. There are so many things to deal with on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis, and so many demands on our time. Often, however, because we allow ourselves to get all worked up about the things that really aren't a big deal, we lose not only our effectiveness, but our enjoyment of life as well, Cappy. If you can learn to be one of the few people who refuses to sweat the small stuff, you will have created an enormous edge for yourself in life. Oh, in your life, yeah.
It's great advice.
This is very good advice because Friday, something popped up to where the old me, I would have blown up, and I just went, all right, whatever you guys want. Second of all, Monday, January 19th, understand separate realities. Consider deeply and respect the fact that we are all very different. When you do, the love you feel for others as well as the appreciation you have for your own uniqueness will increase.
Lindsay, this was an amazing gift you gave to Christopher. It'll be an even better gift if he really does what he said he did on Friday. He didn't sweat the small stuff.
No, and Sedano knows this. He knows, he knows me pretty well on these things. This was definitely something I would have gone to DEF CON like 5 on the other days, but I didn't. I just was like, yeah, whatever you guys want.
Good for you, man.
So
good for you.
Good for you, Christopher.
And you'll be hearing about it later, by the way.
Who will be?
Both of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then we're going to know that you would have gone DEF CON 5 on it?
No, I just have to, button it up and put a bow on it. You know how that goes.
Okay. All right. Looking
All right,
forward
so
to hearing
I'm
it.
about to send this now. Now, Briones and the group text, I just sent the actual the actual thing that's going to air in Spanglish tonight on ESPN.
Oh, okay,
Deportes.
yeah, video.
Yeah. So, and now I'm sending Cappy the script along with everyone else. So if
Okay.
you scroll down, Cappy, though, you'll see the script there. Sent to me by a gentleman named Jose Alvarez.
Jose Alvarez. Okay. See. Got it.
So, Briones, if you want, I don't know how quickly you can turn it around, but we can air mine real quick to hear what it sounds like. Because they wanted me to be conversational and, talk in my normal, like, Cuban accent, right, in this scenario. So that doesn't mean you try to be Al Pacino Scarface, though, Cappy, when
I
you're
thought
doing
that's
yours.
what you were inspiring me to do.
I
You
mean,
just
maybe
said your
if you
Cuban
want,
accent.
honestly, it might be funnier that way.
But you said your Cuban accent. My Cuban accent is Al Pacino and Scarface. Like you have a legit Cuban accent.
I got it. It's ready to go.
All right, so let's hear mine real quick, and then Cappy, you can then do the read, and we'll see how you do on the read.
I'm going to break out my glasses.
Tonight, en el Hard Rock Stadium de Miami se corona un nuevo campeón de college football. The U contra los Indiana Hoosiers. No importa quién salga victorioso, nosotros, nuestra gente, ya ganamos. Nuestras familias salieron de Cuba buscando una mejor vida para nosotros y terminamos aquí, en este paraíso conocido como Miami. Traímos nuestro entusiasmo, cultura, comida, sabor, costumbres, acento y sobre todo, nuestro talento. Ese talento hoy queda más plasmado a través de 2 generaciones de cubanos americanos que representan orgullosamente nuestras raíces. Ambos criados en Miami.
Most of my existence took place in this 4 or 5 square mile area.
Ambos estudiaron en el mismo high school.
I'm part of it, and it's part of me.
Y ambos con el mismo sueño. On one side, Mario Cristobal, que tiene un compromiso de bringing back a championship a su alma mater. On the other side, el ganador del Heisman Trophy y el quarterback del momento, Fernando Mendoza.
Por el amor y sacrificio de mis padres y abuelos, de todo mi corazón, de todas las gracias.
Esta noche, estos nietos de inmigrantes cubanos se enfrentan en el biggest stage de college football, the National Championship. Bienvenidos a Miami. Solo uno will be able to call themselves a champion, pero hoy es más grande que un trofeo, porque nosotros, nuestra gente, ya ganamos. Now, Cappy, there have been some edits clearly for time, so not all the things are in there. But I just want to hear you even give it a try. Like I feel like this will be pretty hilarious.
You ever watch a newscast and the newscaster is Latino or Latina, and they're speaking in English, and then they turn on the accent for the Spanish words?
Right.
You just freaked me out because you just did the total opposite. You were speaking normally in Espanol, but then in English you came back to the anglicized version of English.
Right.
It was very strange to hear, but okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot here.
I wish we had the music just to play under you.
I kind of feel like I may need a bed for the drama of it all. You know?
I wish I would have asked for the bed so you can do the same thing. But you know what, Briones, find him just anything that that sounds like it's got a little juice to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bed.
I really like the way you went back and forth. I'm going to try and do my best to do what you did.
This works here. This works.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, this is good. Tonight, en el Hard Rock Stadium de Miami, se corona un nuevo campeón de college football. They should bold out where I should speak English, you know?
Go ahead, Kevin. You're doing good.
The U contra los Indiana Hoosiers. Y no importa quién salga victorioso. Nosotros, nuestra gente, y ganamos. Nuestras familias salieron de Cuba buscando una mejor vida para nosotros. Y terminamos aquí, en este paraíso, conocido como Miami.
What?
Yeah,
You're doing so well.
See, I know. The paraíso, it screwed me up.
You were doing so well. Conocido.
Conocido, sí. Trajimos nuestro entusiasmo.
All right, now skip nuestro. Just go to the next word. Just keep going to the word after nuestro. So just don't. You don't have to do nuestro every time.
All right,
Go
listen
ahead.
to how good this is about to sound.
Yeah.
Cultura, comida, sabor, costumbres, acento y sobre todo nuestro talento.
Good job, Cappy.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
Ese talento hoy queda plasmado a través de los generaciones de cubanos americanos. Los dominoes have fallen. Two leaders remain standing que representan orgullo. Oh, this is a tough word. Orgullosamente. Orgullosamente nuestras raíces.
There you go. Not bad.
Ambos criados en Miami, ambos estudiaron en la misma high school. High school. Y ambos con el mismo sueño. On one side, Mario Cristobal, el head coach de University of Miami, que tiene un compromiso de bring back championship a su alma mater. Even though I just turned Greek into Spanish. On the other side, el ganador de ganador del Heisman Trophy y el quarterback del momento, Fernando Mendoza. Esta noche, estos nietos de inmigrantes cubanos se enfrentan en el biggest stage of college football, the national championship. Aquí en nuestro patio, bienvenidos a Miami. Solo uno will be able to call themselves a champion. Pero hoy es más grande que un trofeo porque nosotros, nuestra gente, ya ganamos.
Ya ganamos.
Ya ganamos. What does that mean, ya ganamos?
We won.
Oh. Oh.
Not
Come
bad.
on.
Honestly,
Not terrible.
Way better than I thought you were going to
Not
do.
horrible.
Not horrible. Not horrible.
Not horrible.
Well done, Captain. Well done.
I mean, I would say this in comparison to my Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not as good as my Bad Bunny.
Well, not as good because not as bad.
Right. Yo no soy malo, no, baby. Eso es un gimmick, pero el sol pera calienta más que el de Phoenix y ellos lo sabe. Sí.
That was a good bed, Jorge, you found.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You wrote your
Briones nailed the bed. Yeah.
Cabezón.
Exactly right. All right, 1 minute and 10-second timeout, and we'll be right back. The Key Prize Picks Power Hour on ESPN LA.
Today,
I still have a dream.
we celebrate
This nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King
We
Jr.
hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
ESPN LA 710.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tuesday night, the Purple and Gold invade the Mile High City for a Western Conference battle versus the Nuggets.
I thought I told you time and time again that we won't stop.
LA Lakers, Denver Nuggets.
LeBron fakes a three, drives right down the middle, slam dunk. The crowd goes nuts.
Coverage begins Tuesday night at 5:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
Quack, quack. I get parents telling me all the time that the kids in the car love the quack.
They're now into the
kid.
quack, quack.
Listen,
huh?
I am a role model for the youth of America.
Oh, we know that.
The Sedano and Kap morning show is on. Back to Sedano and Kap.
9:54. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap morning show. On a Monday, a Michelob Ultra reaction Monday. Cappy, on this day in 2010, actually yesterday, January 18th, back in 2010, Justin Bieber released the song Baby as a single.
Oh, yeah. Now, this I can get with.
I know you
Right
can.
here. Yes, sir. Es muy bien.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to massive wins for LA, a Victory Monday in the city, and getting ready for a week of Lakers basketball on the road. Victory Monday is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly.
George, they're calling me Havana Kap. They're calling me Havana Kap in the YouTube chat.
I love it.
Beto Duran has just texted me, you really are the most Latino host on 710. Represent. Muchas gracias, senor. That's right. Eastside Cappy shows up again.
I was very impressed with you, Cappy.
Hey, no rehearsal, no read in advance. Not terrible. Not horrible.
We have done some things with you, Cappy.
I'm going to give you the same script in Hebrew and see how you do.
I feel like I do pretty good in Hebrew.
Yeah?
We should do that.
Indeed. Baby.
Meanwhile,
But first, you'd have to translate it into Hebrew with like someone else because I
Right.
know you don't know how to translate it into Hebrew.
let's play the Alf theme, producer Jorge, and this is 60 seconds, Cappy. I remind you, 60 seconds. Give us your prize picks pick of the day.
Oh, here goes. I'm so glad you're telling me that. I've already made my pick for today. Here goes. George, take a listen to this. I've got Carson Beck for more than half a touchdown pass. That is a goblin play. I've got Fernando Mendoza on a discount. He's going to pass for more than 223.5 passing yards.
I'd go with that.
I've got the running back from Indiana, Black, for more than 60.5 rushing yards. I'm also taking the wide receiver from Miami, Malachi Toney, for more than 60.5 receiving yards. I've got the running back from Miami, Mark Fletcher, for more than 70.5 rushing yards.
Ooh, that's a
and
lot.
I've got Omar Cooper, the wide receiver from Indiana, for more than 2.5 receptions. And the lineup is submitted, and it is a $20 power play to win $160. It's a six-pick flex play, rather. $20 to win $160. Get ready, Italian Stallion. I'm going to be bragging about my win tomorrow as I play prize picks in the national championship.
Good job. You actually kept that pretty tight.
Look at that, Cappy.
Not bad. Not bad. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by our friend Damon Wines, the CEO of Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 01961658.
All right, I'll make this one brief, too. Bergie, this is for you.
Hey, all right.
So, yesterday, I'm in the grocery store.
Okay.
And I'm picking up some stuff for our Rams party yesterday afternoon. And one of the things I picked up was a dozen roses for Rachel, because Rachel was hosting at her house, and her friend Suzanne, who's a chef, was cooking. And so I brought a dozen roses for Rachel.
Very nice of you, Cappy.
I put the roses down on the conveyor belt at the grocery store, and the cashier picks up the flowers and sticks them in her face to take a big whiff. Then she doesn't just take them and set them back down. She literally sticks them in the face of the grocery bagger, and he starts smelling the flowers. And I thought to myself, now I want to take my face and stick them in the flowers, but I don't want both of their beaks in my flowers. Now, given that you are a sniffer of sandwiches,
yes,
you tell me, what is the proper grocery store etiquette? Should the cashier and the bagger both be smelling my flowers, or should they just mind their own business and go, here, goodbye, have a nice day, you need a receipt?
I think it's totally fine. They're just saying, hey, you picked a good flower. You picked good flowers for Rachel. It's not food. It's so also it is a little weird to be just passing around sniffing the flowers.
Did they have any commentary? Like, oh, these smell really good. Smell
these are delicious.
Yeah, right. The lady, the cashier, she was like, ooh, these are nice. And then she shoved them in the face of the bagger, and then he started singing some weird song I'd never heard of before. It was a bizarre situation.
With flowers?
And I was like, what's going on here, guys?
Like the Miley Cyrus song, Flowers?
I don't know, Bergie. All I know is this, is that I thought of you in the moment and said, is sticking your face in somebody's sandwich to take a sniff okay? Maybe.
I'm good smelling makes you think of me.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know. These two people stuck their faces right in my flowers, and then here's me going, I don't want to smell the flowers. I don't want to stick the whole bouquet in my face.
Did you say something to them?
I did not. I'm
of course,
wimp.
she's a chicken bleep.
You know me. Of course. I should have been like, hey, what are you doing? I'll go put these back and get new ones.
Friday,
I'm too much of a wimp.
Friday I bought flowers, but I went to the self-checkout.
Yeah.
Oh.
So nobody could sniff them.
Yeah, that would have been a smarter idea. I don't have the confidence in the self-checkout.
What do you mean confidence? You
I bought one
scanned
item.
the
It was
thing.
Flowers.
I know.
I scanned it and I left.
You know me and my tech issues.
They even have a scanner gun in most of them too. You don't need to do it on the little table.
I'm the guy, George, that goes to the self-checkout at the grocery store and then looks for somebody for help. I'm the guy that goes to the airport and tries to self-check in at the kiosk, and then I look for the Delta representative for help.
Yeah.
I just don't have the confidence in the technology.
Well, we do know you have confidence in many other things, Cappy. Maybe we'll work on that one.
Yeah, please help a brother out.
All right. Are we done?
Yeah, let's
That's
go
it.
Indiana. Hoosiers!
That'll do it for the Monday edition of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We will return tomorrow, Tuesday at 7 a.m. for a live Imaging Tuesday, presented by Geese and Wines. Everybody have a beautiful day. We'll see you tomorrow.